This
So
conference will
Manohar will
now
be
be
there
recorded.
from the admin side. So if you guys have any technical problems, like you are not able to see the screen, you are not able to log in into the tool later on, you can catch Manohar every time. Okay. Okay, we'll start off. So I had a very small questions for you guys. I asked the question, what exactly you are going to do once you become a physical design engineer, and I got one answer, which was like, I'm going to design a chip, and the other answer was like he is going to invent new things in chip designing. So what was the answer given? I'm going to design a chip. And second answer was, what was the second answer? Like he is going to invent new things, new technologies, basically in chip designing only. This was two answers given. Any other answer you guys have, or any other thought you have when the term physical design come into picture? Any other thought? Don't you guys think that I'm going to make a chip like a memory card? You guys have heard about Snapdragon processor, right?
Yeah.
Everyone has heard or not?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
If you haven't heard, at least Intel processors, you know, right? Pentium and all, right?
Yes.
So Snapdragon processor is like very famous processor for mobile chips, right? Nowadays tablets are also getting this similar chip only. So it's a processor. So that processor is getting designed by a company called Qualcomm, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So that processor will be actually coming inside your mobiles. So don't you think that, like, you guys have seen like green color board will be there, the panel will be green color, some things will be like soldered on top of that, some black color thing will be there, some silver soldering will be there, and that will be there in your mobile back panel, basically when you open the mobile, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Motherboard,
sir.
in other words, I can
Yes.
say motherboard.
Yes,
So
sir.
that motherboard will be having all kind of chip, all kind of elements on that, right? So don't you think that I'm going to make the similar thing at the end of the day, right? Anyone think like that? Or anyone get
No.
the vision like that?
No.
So basically, no. In India, we don't do any kind of real designing of the chip. When I say real designing of the chip, it is not like I will finally make a chip and give to you. It's not going to happen here. In India, there is no fabrication of chip done. Okay?
Hello.
You got the point?
Sorry, sir.
Yeah, please go
Hello.
ahead. Yeah, please go ahead.
Sir, actually, I registered for the custom analog layout demo. But since I think this is physical designing, right?
Yes, this is physical design.
Yeah, I think
Uh,
I got.
Manohar, can you help him? Help her.
Yeah, I will think to Manohar for that. Thank you.
Turn off your mic, yeah. Okay, okay. I, yeah, guys, turn off your mic. Everyone,
अनुसया आदित्य कंट्रोल
guys, you turn off your mic. What the hell? I can do that. Just 1 second, guys. Guys, one thing you need to be very conscious. Please turn off your mics. Otherwise, we will listen all your personal things. Okay? You want to do that?
Excuse me, sir. Uh,
Yeah.
it's me, Neha. I was told to join at 9:15 for physical design. Am I in the right
Yes,
group?
you are
I
in
don't
the
know.
right, yeah, right group only. We just
Okay.
started the before starting again. One very important thing. Please turn off your mic for a proper discussion, a clear discussion. I don't want to any intervention in that. Okay. When I will ask questions, obviously you need to answer that. But apart from that, please be on your mute form. Okay. Please don't turn on your mic. Okay. I hope I'm very clear with that. Acha. So we were discussing what exactly is done in physical design. The answer here was from the from one of the guy Arjun, I guess, was like we will design the chip. I'm telling we don't do any real designing of the chip in the physical form. Like once you are done with your PD flow, physical design flow, you are not going to get the chip. Okay, so what exactly we will get, those things we will discuss. Okay, is it clear till here?
Yes, sir.
Is it clear? Okay,
Yes, yes.
now
Yes,
see
sir.
what actually happens. So what actually is real task of a physical design engineer? It's analogous to, you have seen civil engineers, right? I don't know how many of you guys know or not. There will be a BTech candidate of who do like civil engineers, and there are guys who are related to B Arc architect. You know these two things.
Yeah.
So
Yes, sir.
these guys will give you the map or the layout of your area. For example, if you buy a flat of, let's say, 100 cross 100, not a flat, I'm telling like a land you have bought, and you are going to make you have a plan of establishing some business or some restaurant or anything, then you will reach to BR guy, not the BTech guy. Okay, and this BR guy, we will tell that I have a plot of 100 cross 100. Can you plan and give me the layout how I am going to make the restaurant? Then he will be asking you some requirements. What is your requirement, man? Then you will tell your requirement, like I want a hall, I want at least 15 rooms, I want some 4 washrooms, I want some, like that you will give your requirement. Agreed or not?
Yes, yes.
Yes, of
Yes,
course.
So based on the requirement, he will be giving you the layout. Like this is a 100 cross 100. Like this ruler will be there like this. 100 cross 100 is there. Then you make one room here. Then you make some smaller rooms here. Then you can make a big washroom here combine. Then you can make something like this. I mean, he will give you the layout, right? He will give like what is the height and width, what is the height and width, and based on this layout, you will go and give this layout to a bit candidate, right? Man, there should be something by which I can turn off you guys, even though you guys are doing that. Just one second. Okay. So is it clear till here, whatever we are discussing?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now this
Yes, sir.
layout will go to this BTech guy, and what he will do, he will take some 100 engineers or workers, whatever, and he will start working using brick, cement, concrete, whatever building material is there. He will take that and he will start making the restaurant for you. Clear enough? Clear enough?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now these
Yes,
are
yes.
two tasks. These are two tasks. This is the task what Arjun was telling. Arjun was telling that we are going to build a chip. So this is the task, right? But what actually we do this task. That means we will give the layout information. Clear enough? Everyone got it?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now can we go to the technical discussions? This is just for the layman criteria so that you can understand what we do. Now we'll go to the technical discussions. Okay? Can I move forward?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what is this physical design? So this physical design in now technical term is conversion of logical information into physical or layout form. Layout form. What is this logical information? So logical information is whenever there is a requirement, they will code it. For example, if I'm telling that I want a chip which will be when both the switches are on, if I'm taking two switches and both the switches are on, then output is on. If both the switch, let's say this is switch 1 and this is switch 2, if both are on, then my output is on. Otherwise my output is off. I wanted to design something like that. Okay, I wanted I want to make tool understand like what exactly this logic is going to make. You got the point? You got the point?
yes, sir.
So this is nothing but your AND gate, correct?
Yeah.
Everyone is agreeing to this part. This is nothing but your AND gate, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
to tell the tool no that this is an AND gate, it should be coded, and for coding we use the coding languages called as Verilog or VSDL.
Okay, sir. Very large.
And I'm telling and VSDL. So I'm going to, let's say, use Verilog as a backend physical design engineer. We don't need to use any kind of coding and all. This will be done by front end guys. Okay, okay.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir. Got it.
So they will write the code like module and get, let's say, and they will say like O S1 S2 something like this. They will say that output is O and input is S1 S2. I'm not writing full code, and A1 like O S1 S2, and then they will do end module. When this is simulated, when this is simulated, then tool will understand that it is going to make the AND gate. Clear enough?
Yes,
Clear
sir.
enough? But
Yes, sir.
now also only they have written the code and that code is only simulated. Okay. After that, the next part will be testing part where they will test this. Okay. Is it clear enough? Is it clear enough?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
this flow, whatever we are discussing, I'm going to delete it. Okay. This flow, whatever I'm discussing right now, it started from where? It started from one requirement, right? It started
Yes.
from one requirement. The requirement was what? If both the switches are on, then my output should be on, or let's say if it is a bulb, then bulb should be like, if both the switches are getting on, then this bulb should be on. It should give light. That is what the plan is right now. Agreed? Agreed?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
Yeah, yeah.
this was my requirement. So that requirement, what I did, I converted into the code form, right?
Yeah.
So the engineers who complete your requirement by writing into the code form or using the code, they uses the code called as Verilog or VSDL, and this is called as RTL designing, or you can say the RTL designing. I will write right. Okay, okay. So why it is called as RTL? Because everything, whatever, every code, whatever you write right now, I have written in the gate form, but most of the things will be like in the register transfer level form. That is the front end part. You don't need to understand too much about that, but mostly the code will be like that. It's not a directly gated form. Is it clear enough?
Yes, sir.
I just wrote a code for AND gate, but in the real scenario, you will not write a code only for AND gate, right? You will having chunk of logic, and you will write for a big logic. For example, you want to write a code which is going to work for a processor like Snapdragon or Helio, like that. Okay, so it will be chunk of logic. Some 10,000, 20,000 line code will be there, or 1 lakh line code will be there. Is it clear enough?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Can I move forward? So still we physical design engineers are not into picture. Are we there anywhere in picture right now?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No. So once your RTL code is written, that code we need to test it whether it is actually a AND gate or not. If I say that S1 and S2, this is going to give the output. So is it a AND gate?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
It- But by seeing this, how you can say it's a AND gate? I think single line
Uh,
will be there, bitwise operation. By seeing this, how you can say? You need to test it, right? So for testing, what you will do?
we will use Verilog code or
Test benches.
Simple testing में
uh,
क्या करेंगे? I
okay.
will put zero. I will
Verification.
put zero. I will put zero. I will put one. I will put one. I will put zero. I will put one. One. Something like that. I will give, right? I will give the input vectors and I will capture the output, right? I will give the
Yes,
input
sir.
and I will capture the
Yes, yes,
output.
yes.
I already know what will be the output, right? 0001. This should be output. I will match that, right? If it is matching to that, that means that my task is done. I have written a correct code.
Yes, sir.
So this is like all combination of input vectors. This is called as test benches. So this will be again done. This will be again done in front end side only. They will test it. Is it clear enough? They will test it. Okay. Now it was an AND gate where two inputs were there. So what has happened for two input? How many combinations are there? 2 to the power n combination will happen. Correct.
Yes, yes. Four
Yes, sir.
combinations.
And nowadays, right, processors will be having how many input, right? Probably some
Wait,
2000, 3000, anything can happen, any bit. I don't know. 1024, 2040, any bit can happen, right? So if I give 2024 or 2048, do you really think that I'm able to write such kind of combination? Will I be able to write?
no, it's
So
difficult.
for that, in front end also they have advanced methodologies to do that. They use the code called as system verilog, and they have their own methodologies. They are called as like OVM, UVM, UVM, and all. So I'm just giving the jargons or the name. You don't need to look into those things unless and until you are a front end guys. So once your designing part is done, what will be done next? Your functional verification will be done. Is it clear till here?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Everyone is getting this point?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So now next part will be your whatever your design will be there. They will check at the output what signal is coming. If this is S1 and S2 and this is instantiation of AND gate, that means in somewhere in the library it will be defined like an AND gate. What it does, output is equal to multiplication of the or bitwise operation, what we say, ending of two inputs, right? This will be written in somewhere, right? So what tool does, there is a tool called as formality. It will check the formula at the output node and it will match that whether exactly same formula is replicated or not. You got the point?
Yes, sir.
So this is, after this it is called as formal verification. Formal verification. So this all is intro of what is done in the front end. This is all called as front end. We are not involved in any of these operations. Is it clear till here?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now you will be having a small doubts that I want to clear. See, whatever requirement will be there, that requirement will be converted into the code form with the help of any of the front end design engineers. Okay. They use the code called as VSDL or Verilog. Those codes are called as HDLs, hardware description languages, right? And example is Verilog and VSDL. VSDL means very high speed hardware description language. Yes, this will be the full form. See, I am not a front end guy, so don't judge me like why he don't know these things and all. I'm just trying to recall those things. I'm not a front end guys. I'm into back end, but yeah, at least we should have a knowledge of the flow. Is it clear? Now once your
Yes.
code is written, once your code is designed, that need to be verified at their end only, whether their code is proper or not, and that will be done by the functional verification engineers. And they use the either they will use the verilog code only to write the test benches, or else they will use system verilog, or else they will use UVM, VMM, like this. All these are coding methodologies. Okay. After that, formal verification will be done. Okay. Any doubt till here? Any doubt till here?
In formal verification, what is done, sir?
I gave you a small idea. I'm not going to discuss more into that. uh,
Okay,
this will
okay.
be discussed once I will teach. But what name suggests that formal verification, that means formula based verification. What will be the output formula here? This output signal will be like ending of two input signal. That only will be checked in the tool. The tool will be
Okay,
fed with
okay.
predefined formula, and it will just check that whether you are getting the exact formula or not. Okay. Now, why I am telling these things related to front end into back end? Reason is, you all who have joined this course here, you don't have any idea of, I mean, you will be having some rough idea or blur idea of back end physical design. and you will be having little bit idea of front end and all. But this will help you understand, because you will be having such kind of doubt also, whether I should go for front end or whether I should go for back end. What is there in front end? What is there in the back end? Some of you will be having any this kind of doubt. Anyone there who has thought like this before coming to this class?
Yes, sir.
Obviously,
Yes,
right?
Yes.
Because see how I can feel that, because I was also at your in your shoes only before some years. So this will be the thought in your mind. Now, how to decide whether I should go for front end and back end? I wanted to help first that thing. So only thing which is irresponsible, which is responsible to, I mean, which will be giving a motivation factor to you. See, first thing, your aptitude mindset should be very good. That means, I mean, coding strategy, you are able to code in a proper way, then probably you will be, I mean, from starting onwards, if your coding is good, when I say like coding is good, at least small logics you are able to frame in different way, then that means you have an interest in coding part. So if you have interest in coding part, if your algorithmic style is very good, if your mindset is very good, aptitude mindset is very good, if you are able to solve any kind of complex problem in a very short span of time, if such kind of mindset is there and you already have an idea of coding style, then you can go for front end. Okay guys. So
yes, sir.
this one question, I think you didn't ask me, but I answered. You already had that question. Some of you had, but you dare not to ask in first class. I know that, but I myself know that such kind of questions will be there. So I want to help you with that. So very first thing is, if you are really interested in coding, then only you opt for front end, because front end require chunk of codings. Okay, along with that, very high knowledge of digital electronics. Is it clear till here?
So
Yes,
do
sir.
you not use any coding languages in backend part?
Sorry.
Use any languages? So in backend part, do you use any coding languages?
I haven't discussed backend. I haven't moved to that part, right? Let me move there, okay?
Here in front end, then we can know that there is more scope in the front end because
More
we use
scope in
the,
the front end.
yeah.
Okay. So almost it's been like 6.5 years, but I can say that in backend physical design, who has worked for 10 year also or 15 year also, they don't know at least 40%. They know only 30 to 40% of backend. 100% backend you don't know. Let me go through this full flow, then we will see what is there in the backend. Okay?
Sir, sir,
Yeah. Hmm.
sir, I joined late, sir. That's why, sir. Please, can you summarize this one, sir, at a short way?
Yeah, I mean, see, we started our discussion. I had a question with the candidate here, all the joinees here. Like I asked the question, what is done in the backend? Okay, guys, can you please mute yourself? It's my humble request to you guys. So the question was like, what exactly we do in physical design? If I ask you the same question, what will be your answer? You don't have any idea. Okay, so one of the candidate Arjun has told that we will design the chip. Okay. He told that we will design the chip. So I started the discussion there. See, we don't design actual physical chip, like Snapdragon will be there, or memory cards are there, or any kind of chip like you would have seen AND gate, OR gate, like IC 7400, 7432, all those things we don't really design in India. Okay, so that fabrication is done in different countries. So what we do as a backend physical design engineer, so I
Hearing of
told
that.
them we only convert this logic into physical form in the layout form. In the layout, we will tell that where exactly will be the transistor, what will be the actually cut there, what will be the connections there, like this such kind of file we will give, and using those files they will design the chip. Okay, so now I am telling what full flow, how a chip is manufactured from starting to end. So we started with like we will be having some idea requirement. Like for example, you have an idea like if both the inputs are high, my output should be high. That means if there are two switches, if I turn on both the switches, then only the bulb should glow. So that was one idea. So I told that we will be like having engineers to use your idea and convert into the code form, and that is what we did. We converted into the coding form using a code called as language called as verilog. Okay, and all, and this will be actually defining your hardware, so it is called as hardware description language. Okay, and the engineers which does this, they are called as front end design engineers, or sometimes they will be called as RTL design engineers also. Okay, now once your code is written, that need to be tested whether your code is proper or not, and that also is done in front end part. It's called as front end verification process, and the engineers are called as front end verification engineers. Guys, I'm telling multiple time to turn off your mic. See, to be frank, you are not getting this. Hey, Manohar, you are there? Guys, this is my first session. Okay, that's why you have a freedom of doing whatever you are doing. When I will take your advanced batch, you will understand. This is not like this. Like, it is not done like this. To be frank, we need to be really very serious about any sessions we are taking or giving. Okay, it's just like each and every second counts, right? So please help me. Even I am not what you think. I am a teacher. Anyone know me? I hope most of you don't know me. So I'm not a teacher, okay? I'm like in industry since last 6.5 years. I'm training here since last 4 years, okay? And see, we take out some time from our industry and we give that knowledge to you guys. So basically, it will be never a bookish knowledge. And probably when I take batch, you'll understand. It's purely practical, purely industry knowledge. So please try to respect the time which I'm giving. Please mute yourself. I hope you didn't mind it, whatever I said, right? Don't take it otherwise, but it's just the value of time. You also need to value that. So is it clear till here? Whoever has asked this question that she joined late, is it clear till here?
Yes, sir.
Here.
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Yes, sir.
Okay. You anyone
Thank
is
you,
having
sir.
any doubt? Yeah, no problem. Anyone having any doubt?
yeah, there is one DFT engineer will be there, right?
Yes.
Who will check
Yes.
all. So it will
Yes.
also come under front end only, right?
Uh,
Or it will.
can we move forward from here, and then if I don't cover this, then please ask the same question. Will that be fine for you?
Okay, okay. Sir.
Yeah, because they don't come here, to be frank. So that's why I stopped. The next step I'm going. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So guys, few things I wanted to tell you. For example, let's say Arjun is there, okay, and I'm going to replicate the same thing in practical way. Hey, come on, yaar.
Sir,
You guys are
sir, I have a doubt. Can I ask you?
just 1 second. Yeah, mute. I mean, I need to mute
Sir, can
everyone.
I?
I don't know. Just 1 second. Give me 1 minute, yaar.
Sir,
Hello,
tell me, sir.
hello. Yeah, Manohar, you are there?
Hello.
Manohar, you are there? Just 1 second, man. Anyone is there from VLSIGuru right now?
Yes, sir.
Man, every time
No.
someone is getting unmuted, can you please mute yourself? Okay, okay. Yeah, someone is asking some doubt. Can you please go ahead and ask your question quickly?
Sir, here I have small doubt related to the course. Sir, I am a
Mm-hmm.
2013 pass out guy. I have completed my MTech in 2013, and currently I am
Mm-hmm.
working as assistant professor in one of the engineering college. So, what
Mm-hmm.
type of placement assistance will you provide, and how it will be? Can you give the just clarification, because I have
I
a clear structure I am
okay.
working.
Okay. I guess you joined little late, right? You joined
Yeah, sir.
little
Yeah.
late, right? So when I
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
started, I told first thing I am purely a technical guy, okay, who will teach you like technical things, okay. All these questions related to your non-tech part, like I'm 20, 13, I'm into teaching and all these things. When admin people will come or the director of the institute will actually catch up with you guys, please ask those queries to him, okay. All the technical things I
Okay.
will answer right now. Once I'm sign off with my class, he will be there to address all your queries, okay. And if you
Another
really
one,
want to sync
sir.
up after this class, I can sync up. Okay.
Yeah. Another one doubt, sir. Which tool you are going to be used for the learning of the
Yeah.
classes?
Yeah. That's what I'm going to discuss in the flow itself. Let me move forward. I will tell all the tools and all. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
If I'm not done with that in another 10 minutes, hold on your curiosity for just 10 minutes. Will that be fine for you? Okay. Okay. So see guys. So for example, let's say there is a requirement, and I mean someone like there, right? For example, let's say Arjun is there, and Arjun is saying like he's coming and saying, hey Zia, do one thing. Can you please make a chip for me? Like whenever I am going to take my degree, BTech degree, and whenever I'm calling my mom to my room, and when she enter, doors should open and flowers should fall because she has done a lot for me. I want to give such respect to her. Okay, you got the requirement what Arjun has given to me. So he has told that like when my mom will come, okay, when my mom will come, then what should happen? The door should open itself and the flowers should fall. That is what I need to do. Can you make such kind of any such kind of chip? Can I get that? You got the point. That was the requirement from Arjun. Okay. Now Arjun is like a 2021 pass out or 2020 pass out. Let's say assume that. But when I said that okay, for that I will consult someone front end guys, let him write the code first. So I will go to some front end guy and I will tell that, see man, you need to do this whatever the requirement is there. So he'll be like, yeah, we can write a code. So he will write a code. The logic will be something like this, like let's say if lady is equal to Arjun's mom, then what should happen? Let's say puts flowers should fall, else flowers should not fall, something like that. Something he would have written, some logic is written. Is it clear till here? Is it clear till here?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
now
Yes, sir.
that logic has been written for Arjun, and he said that I'm going to complete my BTech in 2020. Okay, but before completion of his degree, his mom one day said that, see man, unless and until you get a job, don't ever call me to your room only. He's like, oh my God, now degree is not sufficient. I need a job, then only I can do all this whatever grand welcoming I wanted. I want to do that. Okay. Now from 2020, he need to wait for 1 year, and in 2021 he gets a job. Okay. Now I had requested to write the code in 2020 to someone. Okay, he has written the code, he has tested, everything is fine. Now in 2021 we need to design the chip. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But there is a problem. The problem is in past 1 year you have seen that technology has changed a lot, right? Earlier, you know, right, how big was mobile? You remember in class 10th or 8th we were there, the mobile were really big in size, correct?
Yes.
Or anything, you see the laptop, how heavy laptops were there. Anything, any technology. But now if you see the mobiles are very slim, very small. The ThinkPad is there, the tablets are there, very thin technologies have came, correct? So that means something is changing from technology point of view, right? And what is making it like slim in shape? And because see, functionality will be same, functionality will never change. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
See, a big calculator also will do the calculation only. A small calculator will also do a calculations in only. That is the task of a calculator. It is not going to change, right? If it is a very big calculator and if you press 2 plus 2, it will give answer 4 only, correct? Na?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
And if you use that calculator in your mobile or in your watches, smart watches also some calculator, if you try, then also obviously 2 plus 2, 4 hi dega wo. It is not going to give some 8 or something. The logic will be same. Agreed? Everyone is getting this point? But what is making it to shrink in the technology? How is technology shrinking? So it's nothing but the gate length. What is this gate length? So what is the building block of any circuit, any integrated circuit? Okay, before jumping to that thing, what is an IC? What is an integrated circuit? What do you think? When I say IC, what comes in your mind?
Motherboard.
Millions of transistors.
Motherboard. Okay, very good. Someone is saying motherboard comes into his mind. Some green color or something will be there, right? Okay. Any other thing? When I say IC, what comes in your mind?
IC
So
means
IC,
millions of
IC.
Memory card.
transistors.
Okay, one
Memory
minute.
card.
Okay, 1 minute. Integrated circuit. But let's not read. I mean, jump to integrated. But when I say circuit, what comes in your mind? It will be something like this, right? You remember your BTech or MTech when breadboard was there, right? Breadboard was there, and you were connecting some 7432 something chip will be there. Some wires you will connect and some logic you will connect, like some register you will connect, right? And then you will connect it to some battery supply, something like that, right? some battery will be there, you will connect to that, right? Agreed? Such kind of circuit will come in your mind, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
No, say yes or no. The schematic diagram will be something like this, man. You will draw and solve the numericals based on this. This is a load and this is a resistance, this is a voltage, like that. But really it will be something like this, which what you do in breadboard experiments, correct? So this was a circuit, complete circuit, where what was happening, there was one energy supply or power supply, there was a load, and you have like some resistor that acts as a load only. Clear enough till here? That is a circuit. But what is the integrated circuit? So what difference between circuit and integrated circuit is, if I tell you to take out this resistor, you can take out and give me, right? Correct, na?
Yes, sir. Yes.
If I tell you to take out this particular bulb and sorry, particular battery, you will take out and give me, correct? But in integrated circuit, all the active and passive element actually are fused on a single die, that is called as wafer, let's say. So single wafer will be there, okay, just 1 second. Yeah, a single wafer will be there. On that wafer, let's say I have cut a die, I cut a portion, on that I'm designing a chip. So on that particular die, let's say this is a black color or whatever color, you remember that memory card, black color will be there, right? A green color or black color, any color will be there for memory card. If you turn it, you'll see like some golden color polishing will be there, but inside a lot of logic will be there. All the cap, all the inductor, resistors, energy supply, everything is there. Can you take out capacitance from here? Can you take out resistor from here? Can you do that?
No.
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
No.
No.
No,
So
sir.
that is called as integrated circuit, because all the active and passive element are fused together on a single die. All the active and passive element are fused together on a single die. That is an integrated circuit. Is it clear till here?
Yes, sir.
Now
Clear,
what
sir.
is the difference from 1950s or 60s to till now? In the same given area, let's say x cross y, whatever area is there, in the same given area, number of transistor has increased. See, transistor is the fundamental building block of any chip. Everyone is agreeing to that point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Your transistors, that is very basic thing. Your transistors are the fundamental building block of any chip. So CMOS circuitry can be used to design all this digital logic. It can be done, right? Using PMOS and NMOS, right?
Yes, sir.
So CMOS configuration will be very useful. So that is one prerequisite. You should be knowing, you should be having knowledge of this functioning of CMOS, NMOS, and PMOS, because that will be used throughout in your design. Okay. So that is the fundamental building block. So I am designing one, I'm not designing, I'm just giving a rough idea. Like if this is my, let's say, source, this is drain, then what will happen if I'm just making P substrate this guy? In this case, what will happen when I give a voltage here, it will be like pushing the charge down, and one channel will be formed for conduction. I'm not going deep into this basic right now, but yeah, you will understand. The channel will be formed here, right? Quickly I'm telling. This channel is now shrinking because of what is happening, technology is changing. So earlier, if this is the size, like let's say 193 nanometer, not exactly this size, I'm referring to only this side, the channel length. Now it has shrink, and currently it is like latest is like 2 nanometer. Okay, so see how much we have actually gone to advanced level from 190, I mean nearly 193 nanometer to 2 nanometer. You got it right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This is called as technology node. So if you hear any term like technology node, everyone will tell that we are working on 28 nanometer technology node, we are working on 32 nanometer technology node. So the tech node is nothing but your channel length. Is it clear till here?
Yes, sir.
Now you
Yes,
think
sir.
in this way, the design which was there in 2020, will the same design will be there in 2021?
No.
The
Changes.
things will change, right? Every day the technology is changing, right? Evolving basically. So that brings the next part. The next part is, once my code is written and once my code is tested and everything is done, I need to map my code to the latest technology node, right? Correct, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Because let's
Yes,
say
correct.
let's say in your code In your code, what you are going to use? If lady is equal to Arjun's mom, then flower should fall. That means something like mux I'm going to use, right? If this lady is equal to Arjun's mom, then if it is like 0 and it is 1, then flower and then no flower. This is what the digital circuitry will be made with the logic whatever I have written. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Now this mux will be again internally made with the help of AND gate and OR gate. Correct? Internal
Yes, sir.
structure of this mux.
Yes.
Or else if you want to analyze more, you can use D flip flop also to make it. Okay. But internally at the end of the day, it will be transistors, right? Fundamental building block is transistors only, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Now
Yes, sir.
if it is like, let's say 45 nanometer in 2020 nanometer, and right now it is 28 nanometer, that means my size of chip will change, right?
No.
Yes, sir.
Who said no?
Yes.
It will be right, obviously. Yeah, channel length is reducing, obviously the smaller chip you will be have, right? Agreed, right? See, if
Yes,
you have
sir.
doubt, you can ask me.
Yes, sir.
So there is, so now how tool will, I mean, how the flow will understand that whether I am working on 45 nanometer or I am working on 28 nanometer, right? So for that, the next part of this flow is called as synthesis. Okay, synthesis. So in synthesis, what happens? Whatever Verilog code you have written, this code is called as SDL, or you can say RTL code you can write. RTL netlist. It is called as RTL netlist. Okay. So whatever RTL netlist you have
Sir,
written, register transfer level. Register transfer level. See, when you write a code in Verilog style, there are different kind of modeling style. For example, I had written a code for AND gate. Directly I have written AND gate. Okay. Okay. Say yes or no at least,
Okay,
yeah.
sir.
So but for example,
Yes,
let's
sir.
say I have to write a code for half adder. So half adder will be what? I will give A and B. It will give sum and carry, right?
Some and yes.
Now this is a half adder in front end. I can write a code directly because directly half adder is available in the library. But really, in real scenario, what is an half adder? One AND gate will be there, and then you have a XOR gate. Agreed or
Sir.
not?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So this is a real structure. This is a black box. But what happened, since already in the library half adder is there, you don't need to design it, right? You can directly instantiate that half adder, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Similarly, if you want to make full adder, you can use two half adder and one OR gate. It task will be done, right? But internally it's a AND gate and XOR gate, right?
Yes.
Yes,
So
sir.
this is a register level where you are not going for one hierarchy below, but this is a gate level where all the gates are being used. You got the difference now? A bit basic difference?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now whatever RTL netlist was there, in synthesis when we give, what is the fundamental requirement? What is the fundamental building block of any chip? What I told? What is the fundamental building block of any chip?
Transistor.
Transistors, right?
Transistor.
So transistors are used to design AND gate, OR gate, NAND gate, NOR gate, all those basic gates, right?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Correct? So what is done in this synthesis? Whatever RTL code you have written, that RTL code will be taken. Okay. So for example, that RTL code will be like v.verilog file. Okay. Everyone is getting this point?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And after that, I will give some other file. For example, there is a file called technology file. So this technology file will be having all the rules related to the technology. What is a technology node? What is a technology node? Channel length. Just now I told, right? Gate length basically.
Nanometers.
This length actually. Correct? I told just now. Now there will be rules, right? the spacing between these two will be this much, the width should be this much, the thickness should be this much, such kind of rules will be there, right? Then only tool will be designing exactly such kind of transistors. Everyone is getting this point? So those kind
Yes,
of
sir.
rules will be defined in this dot technology file. Okay, so I will give this technology file so the tool will understand that which technology I am going to use to design this netlist. You got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And apart from that, I need to give some constraints. What are constraints? What is your constraints? I mean, in English meaning of constraints.
Limitations, maybe.
Limitations, restrictions,
Restriction.
restrictions. Can I say that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So now, why such restrictions is needed? For example, let's say I'm going to design a chip, and that should work for Bluetooth device. So Bluetooth device, there will be a frequency range defined for that Bluetooth device by a governing body that is called as IEEE, right? IEEE will be there, and IEEE will give the bandwidth for each and every technology that you are going to use, what frequency you can use, correct? So for Bluetooth, let's say it is 2.45 gigahertz, then I need to complete all my computation within 2.45 gigahertz, otherwise I am failing that frequency band, right?
Yes, sir.
So I need to define all those constraints in some file so that tool will understand that this kind of constraints we need to follow. Clear enough? Everyone is getting this point?
Yes, sir. Clear.
And again,
Yes,
coming to
sir.
the same point, I'm just giving you basic idea. Everything is having its own separate course. I'm just giving you basic idea currently. Okay. So once I give all this file, okay, the synthesis tool, which is the tool that we are going to use for synthesis, there is two different big companies which are like called as EDA companies, electronic design and automation. Okay, because all the tools we are going to use for electronic design and automation. Okay, so there are two big companies, one is Synopsys, another one is Cadence.
Good.
Okay, so we will be using Synopsys flow in VLSIGuru. Okay, and right now, to be frank, Synopsys is dominated over the Cadence right now in real industry market also. Okay, because most of the tools are like really friendly, and most of the companies uses Synopsys currently. What are the reason for that? We can discuss once your course will start. That time I will tell you. But currently, you understand that most like 70 to 60% of companies uses like Synopsys tool only. Okay, mix of tool will be used, but what process will be, I mean, for synthesis which kind of tool, for PNR which tools and all, I will tell all those things. Okay, can I move forward now?
Sure, sir.
Yes, sir.
So for synthesis there is a tool called as design compiler. What is the name of the tool? Design compiler. This is Synopsys tool. Okay, and for Cadence the tool is called as, Genus. Okay, Genus. These two tools are used. So once your synthesis is done, what tool will do in synthesis? It will take the netlist and it will convert the netlist into first part. What is the first thing it will do? Gate level netlist. Very very first thing tool will do. Tool will take your netlist, because earlier it was RTL level, right? If half adder is there, maybe half adder will be something like this. Correct. It will convert into gate level. Now the tool will see this half adder as this way. Everyone is getting this point? Everyone is getting this point?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
And after doing this, after converting your RTL netlist into gate level netlist, second point what tool will do? Tool will map to the technology node. Map to tech node. Whatever technology node you are using, 28 nanometer, 45 nanometer, 3 nanometer, 5 nanometer, whatever you are using, it is defined in the TF. All those things are defined. There are other files also, we'll discuss later on, but I'm giving a rough idea. It will map it, so the tool will understand that now this particular kind of cell, a particular kind of logic is mapped to this technology. Is it clear enough?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Everyone is getting this point? And since this is a this design compiler is also a very good tool, it has a lot of algorithm to do optimization. So optimization with respect to what? Optimization with respect to what?
Space.
Good. That means with respect to PPA. What is this PPA? Power, performance, and area. Okay. Tool will try to optimize with respect to power, performance, and area. What kind of optimization it will do? I'm just giving a very small idea so that at least it will be clicking to your mind. Let's say this is an AND gate and this is a NOT gate. So this will require some power,
Not
this will require some power, and this will require some area, this will require some area. But if tool does a boolean optimization, don't you think that it's an AND gate?
yes, sir. Yes,
Everyone is getting this point?
Yes.
yes, sir.
So
Nand.
wherever chances are there, tool will do such kind of optimization so that at least we can save some area, we can save some power, we can save some, we can make it faster. Okay, is it clear till here?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Now till here everything is done, and synthesis also don't come under the backend. It is like a horizon of backend and front end. After this we will start the backend part. Can we start now?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Everyone is getting this point till here? Any doubt? Because
No,
I will
sir.
keep on deleting few things. So if you want, you can write it. If you don't want, then also it is fine. At least this is first class, so not an issue.
Sir,
So
dot
yeah,
TF.
yeah,
Sir, dot TF means transfer file, no, sir?
technology file, yeah, technology file.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Anyways, this separate session will be there on that. They will teach you everything. But I know once I'm done with the session, you will have curiosity to go and do Google and Wi-Fi to understand the things. Then yeah, you can try and look into those things. Is it clear till here? Can
Sir,
I move forward
RTL
now?
means
Register
sir,
transfer level.
sir,
Register
RTL
transfer
means
level. RTL means
registered
register
transfer. Okay.
transfer level. Okay. Can I move forward now?
Okay, sir.
Can I move
Yes, sir.
forward
Yes,
now?
sir. Yes, sir.
So once your synthesis is
Yes, sir.
done,
Hey, hey,
still
man.
still you have doubt? Yeah, please go ahead.
Just want to know about the just like little glimpse of synthesis again. Can you please do it again? Synthesis
Yeah,
part. Thank you, man.
yeah. See, your RTL netlist, whatever code has been written by front-end guys, okay, that code I'm taking, okay, I'm actually feeding it to a tool called as design compiler. Okay, DC is a tool.
Fine.
I'm giving those netlist to the tool. Okay, apart from that, some files are there that is must require. For example, technology file is there. Then you have like constraint file. I'm calling it as a ticon file, timing constraint, let's say. Okay, when I give this file, the design compiler, what it is going to do, it will convert your register transfer level file into a gate level netlist. All the modules in this will be actually converted into gate level. Okay, you got till here?
Yes, man. Yes, man.
Okay. Once it is converted into the gate level, now that gate is going to be mapped with particular technology which you are going to use. If you are using 45 nanometer, then tool should use that you are going to use 45 nanometer of transistors. If it is like 28 nanometer, tool should know that. If it is 5 nanometer, tool should know that. So whatever technology I'm going to, it will map to that technology. Is it clear till here?
So what you are saying is
Sir,
that excuse
One
me.
minute, one by one. Let him complete his question first.
So
Yeah.
what you are saying is that in synthesis part we are going to decide what kind of technology or what kind of size of the transistor or any IC chip we are going to decide
See,
right now in the
see.
synthesis. You
Yeah,
mean that,
see,
right?
you are not going to decide which technology node you are going to use. See, that will be the requirement given by your whoever is your going to make the project. Okay, the project whatever it is going. For example, I'm going to use this chip in, let's say, Apple. Okay, then Apple company will tell me like I'm going to use 5 nanometer, the latest technology node. So that will be the requirement from your vendor or whoever is going to ask for the project. Your client basically. You got it right? You are not going to decide based on the technology. The latest is 5 nanometer. If he want to use 5 nanometer, you need to use it.
Yeah, and I understood. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Using
so
this
in,
1 minute. Using this 5 nanometer technology, you are going to design whatever logic you have written. Now in that designing, a lot of new rules will be there, because when I'm going to place those logic in my real tool, then for example, if this is one logic, this is other logic, then spacing between those logics rules will be defined. The width of the particular let's say particular object, the width of that particular object also will be defined. All those rules will be defined in the technology file, and those rules will be different from technology to technology. That will be given by the foundry. Okay,
okay, man. I understood. Thank you, man.
you got an idea? Okay.
Yes, man.
Okay.
Yes. Very clear. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, some lady was also going to ask something. Can you please go ahead quickly and ask the question so that I can move forward? No, right? Okay. Once you are done with synthesis, then you will get the file and the netlist, and that netlist will be now gate level netlist and optimized. So let's say I'm calling it as a VG, so that we will understand gate level Verilog code. Is it clear till here? I'm moving
Yes, sir.
forward now. I'm moving forward now. Now in synthesis itself, I'm deleting it. Okay, you need to continue this flow. Now in synthesis itself, you have different kind of things, right? For example, I told, right, with respect to power you need to optimize, so there will be like power compiler inside the design compiler itself. Okay, for boolean optimization you have HDL compiler, hardware description language compiler will be there. Okay, you need to map it to the particular technology, right? For that, library compiler will be there. Okay, I'm telling, inside the design compiler, this all things comes with the DC itself. When you install the design compiler, all these tools also will be inbuilt along with that. You got the point? You got the
Yes, man.
point?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes.
Yes, I
So
understood.
similarly, DFT compiler will be there. Someone was asking, that's why I'm just writing it. So DFT means design for testability. Okay, so basically whatever design you have now converted into gate level netlist, now all those need to be checked for whether they are able to properly launch and capture data by using different kind of algorithm. That is like built-in self-test, ATPG will be there, stuck at 0, stuck at 1. So all those things will be there. The algorithm will be there inside the DFT tetramax tool is there in that, and they will write those logics and insert in our design. So for example, built-in self-test. So there is a self-test module that what it will do, if I put that logic in my original logic, it will try to catch some of the input vectors and it will test it whether it is properly functioning or not. So this is a logic to test actually your design. Is it clear? You got it right?
Sir, BST
So
Yes,
abbreviation.
sir.
Tell me.
I'm
Built-in
just
self-test.
telling. Sorry.
Built-in self-test.
That's what I told. Built-in self-test, man. What I'm telling, this is also a part of front end only. Okay, but since it's a very complex thing, so there is a separate cost of DFT right now, and this is also booming in market. If you know DFT methodologies, you will be having high requirement in the market right now. So there will be separate course for that. They use separate flow to do that. So that also, if you want, the VLSIGuru also offers this course. You can learn this. This is also a booming actually right now. Okay, so he was asking about
Sir,
DFT. So DFT comes under the part of synthesis itself. Okay, yeah, you are asking something, please
sir,
let me know.
DFT abbreviation. Tell me, sir.
I have written there design for testability, and you have already I don't know whether you have learned or not, because you guys are going through online classes, right? DFT will be teach in like it will be taught in actually 7th or 8th semester, but yeah, it's fine. Design for testability, to just to to test your original design, we just design something else to test it, like that you can understand. Okay, but yeah, real what has happened in DFT, you need to go through full flow, and I'm not going to teach that DFT. I'm into backend physical design. I'm going to move forward from here. Okay. Once you are done with your synthesis, now we backend physical design engineers will come into picture. And now we are going to do our part. Okay. But before going to that, I will discuss few things with you. Okay. So now we have this, let's say, gate level netlist, which I have got from the synthesis itself. Clear enough?
Yes, sir.
Clear enough? Now tell me few things. And if you remember, I had given a tcon file also in the synthesis. In design compiler, I had given netlist, I have given .tf, and along with that, I told that I will give the constraint file, tcon, timing constraint file. Okay.
Yes.
So when I'm doing this for the first time, I have just the rough idea. I only know that this is a Bluetooth device which is going to use on 2.45 gigahertz. But it can happen that this device can work on 2.4 gigahertz also. This can work on 2.14 gigahertz, whatever range is, because there will be a particular range for Bluetooth, right? I can work anywhere within that range. Clear enough?
Okay.
Like for example, what I wanted to say, for example, I have a design which is going to work from 500 megahertz to, let's say, 580 megahertz. Okay. And I'm starting from 580 megahertz, this design. Okay. But I'm seeing that this is very high constraint. I can actually work on lower frequency also. So now I can reduce the frequency in my new constraint. This is a rough constraint which I started for the first trial, right? Now after design compiler has done the synthesis, I will take the synthesized netlist and I will have a new tcon file where I will relax this frequency. Maybe I will relax to 500 megahertz. Clear enough? Clear enough? Okay, if you don't get it, I will tell you what
Yes,
actually
sir.
happens.
Yes, sir.
If you don't get it, I will tell you what actually happens. See, if it is like 600 megahertz, let's
Sir,
say,
sir, sir.
1 minute, 1 minute,
Sir,
1 minute, 1 minute, yeah. Give me 1 minute at least. See, if it is 500 megahertz, it will be close to 2 nanosecond, right? If it is 580 megahertz, maybe close to some 1.7 nanosecond, something like that. I don't know. I'm just giving a rough calculation, 1.8, something like that. Just see it once. So if it is like 1.8 nanosecond, if it is 2 nanosecond, that means if my launching and capturing, let's say I have launched a data, I have launched one data here and I'm capturing one data here. Okay, guys. Then for launching and capturing, here I have 2 nanosecond and here I have only 1.8 nanosecond. That means I need to complete everything in 1.8 nanosecond. Everyone is getting this point?
Yes, sir.
sir,
So
So depend
now,
on
sir,
requirement, we have
sir, tell
to.
me.
yeah, tell me. Yeah, first you ask your question. What you are asking?
Sir, tell me again, sir.
I'm repeating again. Yeah, just see the problem is you
Ah,
guys are very impatient. I will repeat multiple times. Let me complete. Then you can ask your query. Clear enough?
okay, sir.
I'm only there to help you. I'm not there to complete and go. Okay. See, I'm launching a data here. I'm capturing a data here. Okay. And the constraint file, I have defined some, let's say, frequency of 580, which is a very tight frequency, right? So with that, it is the requirement like my launching and capturing our data should be completed in 1.8 nanosecond. Everyone's getting this point?
Okay,
Let's say
okay,
in
sir.
the design cell, that means in the tool, when my logic is placed here and my logic is placed here, it has the wire is the net is something like this, it has detoured. Okay, so if this is a very high net, then I'm not going to complete everything is 1.8, right? You got the point?
Okay.
Everyone is getting
Yes,
this
sir.
point?
Yes, sir.
So that time what tool will do, tool will try to improve the transition time. What is this transition time, we will discuss later on, but understand the tool is try to improve this net. Think in this way. Okay. And let's say to
Okay.
improve this net, only one thing which can improve is buffer. I can add buffer. Right now don't think anything how it will have, that will be taught here. Only thing what I'm telling, to improve the bad feature of this net, I can use buffer. Okay. So for this high detour, I need to use some buffer. Let's say I'm using 4 buffers here. Okay. Okay, guys.
Okay, sir.
Is
Yes.
Yes.
now assume that if this detour is not that big, then how many buffer I need? Maybe less than 4, maybe one buffer is sufficient. Agree to this point?
Yes, sir.
Agree to this point? So in this case, you are taking 4 buffer. In this case, tool is adding only one buffer. So which one is good? This first or second?
Second.
Second.
Second. Why? Because it is only using one buffer, then it will take less area, right?
Yes.
It will take less area, less power requirement is there. Here more power requirement, more area, right? So what actually happen, if you have relaxed timing, for example, if instead of 1.8, if I need to meet in 2 nanosecond itself, then obviously tool will be like having relaxed timing and it can easily meet it. It don't need to add a lot of buffer to improve this net to bring it down to 1.8. It need to make 2 nanosecond only. So maybe if I add 2 buffer only, it will make it 2 nanosecond. Clear enough?
Yes, sir.
So it is a
Yes, sir.
relaxed constraint. So I started with very high constraint, very tight constraint, but at the end I need to relax it. So this file now will be called as SDC, synopsis design constraint. What it will be called? Synopsis design constraint. So this is the output of synthesis, where SDC will be having all this constraint related information. This is a gate level netlist. Is it clear till here?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Can I move forward quickly? Now you have a netlist.
Yeah.
You have a netlist. Let's say this netlist belong to Snapdragon. Okay. Now the Snapdragon processor, what are the things it can do? What you can do with your mobile?
Multitasking,
Tell me the task, man. You can take picture.
pictures,
Calling.
downloading.
You can play audio. You can download something. You can actually play
Make a
video.
call.
Make a call. Network ICs. So just we'll stuck till here. I will discuss this only. Let's say we can take pictures. So for that I need a camera module which should be actually taking care of all this related to picture and all. Okay. Audio module will be there which will play the audio. Okay. For downloading I need something which is related to your internet speed and all. So maybe some chip which is related to server chip, right? Then you have a video module, then you have network ICs, right? So all these things require separate integrated circuit, correct? Say yes or no at least.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So these all require separate chip. But on Snapdragon, you can do everything at once, right? So what actually happens? The network IC will come and it will sit somewhere here. The video module will come, it will sit somewhere here. The audio module will come, it will sit somewhere here. The camera module will be there and it will sit somewhere here. Like this, all these modules will be sitting on a single motherboard inside a Snapdragon. You got it? At the end of the day,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Yes, sir.
So all these camera modules, audio modules, network ICs, videos, these are actually done used for some specific task, right? These are used for specific tasks. This camera module can't be used for audio, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
See,
Yes.
if you don't get network and if you go to mobile service center, they will say that, sir, your network IC is not working. We need to replace it, right?
Yes, sir.
They don't replace your audio module. If your audio is not working, then only they will say that your audio circuitry is not proper. Maybe we need to replace it. Agreed? Everyone is getting this point?
Yes, sir.
You have heard such kind of jargons, right? Camera module, audio chip, or networking chip. Such kind of things they will tell, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
They will never say that your Snapdragon processor is not itself working. I need to change it. They will never say that. Some specific kind of thing it is not working. They will say that. That means these all are based on some specific applications, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
these chips will be called as application specific
I see.
integrated circuit.
Okay.
ASIC. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now
Yes,
all
sir.
this camera, audio, video, network ICs, all these modules and coming and sitting on a single chip, right? Now this will be called as SoC, system on chip. So Snapdragon is a system on chip. You got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Is
sir.
it clear? Is it clear?
Yeah.
Now what point I wanted to make. See, if I have a netlist, that will be having all the logic related to Snapdragon processor. But I know that in that netlist, some portion will be there belonging to camera module, some portion of logic will be there belonging to audio module, some portion of logic will be there belonging to network IC. Such kind of means segregation can be there inside that VG, inside that gate level netlist. Agreed? Agreed?
Yeah.
So
Yes, sir.
based on the volume of logic or the means amount of logic, I need to give the area, right? If a camera module has like a small logic, I can give this much area. If a video module is big logic, I can give this much area. If audio module is small logic, then probably I can give this much of area. You got this point, right? I need to allocate the area based on allocation of area based on volume of logic and its connectivity. Okay, for example, this is an audio module, this is a video module. So if audio and video are sitting too far, is it a good thing?
No.
No, sir.
You'll play video and there will be lag in the audio. So what actually should be there? It should be closer to each other, so that if audio video module are closer to each other, probably I will be putting some synchronizer logic here and it will be properly syncing this. You got the point? So whatever area I'm going to allocate on a single chip, it will be always based on what is the amount of logic it has. Okay. And the second thing, how the connectivity is there with other module. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
So very first thing in backend physical design flow is called as partitioning. Clear enough? Clear enough? That is what I did right now. I told that based on the volume of logic as well as connectivity, we will partition the design. Clear enough? And
Yes,
Yes,
who
sir.
sir.
will
Yes, sir.
who will do this? The one who is handling the chip top. So when I say this is a chip top and all these are hierarchical block, whatever I'm doing, camera module, audio module, video module, network module, at the end of the day, this will come and sit in the single module itself, that is called a chip top. So chip top will do this partitioning. They will actually allocate the area for all these individual ASICs. Clear enough? Say
Yes,
yes
sir.
or no at least. Okay. Now once your partitioning is done, let's say inside the video module, I'm going to delete it. Okay. Any doubt till here? Is it becoming tough now to understand?
No, sir.
No,
Believe me,
sir.
it's really tough, but right now I'm trying to make it easy. But yeah, to be frank, backend physical design is not a cakewalk. It is a tough thing. But yeah, if you start step by step, obviously, aram se you will be able to handle the things. Okay. If you first day itself, if you think that, oh my God, what is going on, then you are gone. Simply, I'm telling. This is like as a friend, I'm telling you need to be strong enough to handle these things. And see, obviously, you know what is pay scale of physical design engineer. See, someone is from MBA background working already in bank domain, that means he is having a stable job. Why want to move to backend physical design? Or someone who is into teaching field already is having a good job, why want to move backend physical design? Is it can
The
anyone
accommodation
answer?
type.
See, there are two things. People will say like some impractical answer that I like technical work, I am in love with VLSI and all. Believe me, these are just for rosy and glossy picture. But only real thing is paycheck. I'm telling you, you can't deny me. You can deny little bit at least, not fully. See, these are like just the sayings, but reality at the back end of the mind is, if I'm doing an effort for 8 to 10 hours in some other field, if I'm able to do same thing in this back end physical design, then obviously I will be paid very high. See, you know, right? For example, if you are like let's say you are like 4 year experience guy in IT. What will be your pay scale in IT for 4-year experience guy or 3 to 4-year experience guy in IT? Anyone know?
Mm. Max 10 to 12.
Max
Max.
10 to 12. Agreed. I mean, it's like really a very good figure you have given. Max 10 to 12. And to be frank, if you are like started your career from a normal way and all, so it will be like, can I say on an average 8 to 10 max? I'm not talking about good and all, but 8 to 10 max, right?
No,
Yes,
man, it is
yes.
usually like 6 to 7 these days.
No, no, no. But I will go with 8 to 10. I'm not going to guess a 6 and 7, but at least 8 to 10, let's say. But right, in VLSI, I'm front end and back end both is actually, but I will talk more about back end. Can anyone guess what will be the salary of, back end guy?
It's around 18, I heard. Like
See,
normal 3 years
see,
of experience.
see, if you are a BTech guy and if you are a MTech guy, it will be generally there will be like a market correction. So market correction will be 4.5 and it will be nearly 5 or 5.2, something like that, 5.2, let's say. That means you need to multiply somewhere. I'm giving you what we say average. So for example, if it is a BTech guy and he's having a 3-year experience, that means nearly 4.5 into 3 he should easily get. Easily. You got it right? You got it
Yes.
right? And if you are a MTech guy, then 5 into 3. Easily you will get 15 lakh. That I'm telling easily. When you go and do good into the this is the lowest salary, that is called as market correction. This is the lowest salary. Highest you forget. Highest is all based on your how you are performing in your company. Okay, this is just the basic salary. Apart from this, you will have perks of like joining bonus, shares, and all, right? So because of handsome salary only, people want to move into VLSI domain. To be frank, I'm telling. See, if it was a love for someone, then someone who has already done his BTech in 2015 or 16, if he really loves VLSI, then obviously he should have opted that time itself, but it is not like that. Now the thing is like already you are exhausted with your real job right now, and you have learned a lot of knowledge, but that knowledge is not giving you real pay scale, to be frank. So then people want to move to backend physical design, but backend physical design is not a cakewalk. Obviously if any company is giving you such a high salary, then they want a good brain, right? So for good brain only we need to have purely into technical things. Non-tech guys not at all encouraged. Okay, so that's why you are actually opting for training institute. Why you come for training institute? Why don't you learn these things in your BTech and MTech curriculum itself? Anyone has any idea?
Because I don't see the usage of tools these days in the universities nowadays.
Exactly. See, the point here is again the cost, again the paisa only, money bhai. That is the important thing. See, the cost of the tool, that is very, very important. See, the tool cost is nearly 7 to 10 lakh educational tool cost. One single license will cost this much, right? Think in your college 60 students are there. How they will be able to manage this many of licenses? You got the point, right? Everyone is getting this point?
Yes, yes. Got it.
Mm, yes,
That's
sir.
why only some reputed IITs and see IITs, BITS Pilani, VIT, RVVLSI, and I think VLSIGuru. Only these institutes are there which are like educational partners of Synopsys. That means Synopsys has given them means liability to use their tool. Obviously not free of cost, obviously they are charging use. Okay, so that's why people go for the training institute. Now in training institute, the trainers who are going to help you, they all are working in some reputed company or some big company, so they will teach you. So there will be like less theory, more practical things. So obviously it will be a little challenge for you. You got the point? So you need to
Yes.
learn your basics, along with that you need to learn tool. We will be there to help you, but it is your mindset which will be making you working. Okay, so let's move forward. We will discuss all those things. I'm just giving you
Hello.
little bit of motivational push. Yeah, yeah, please go ahead.
Hi, sir. My name is Sumit.
Yeah,
Actually,
Sumit, please tell me.
yeah, I'm going abroad for my studies for my master's degree. Maybe Canada or maybe America. So, what
Okay.
is the scope of physical design there, and what is the pay scale? And as I will be a
Yeah.
fresher, again.
So, Sumit, we will discuss these things at the end because I have a bit of idea because my students are working there. So I will help you. Don't worry. At the end of the course, I will share you number. Okay, don't worry about that. Probably I will sync up some personal questions will be there. I will be easily syncing up on that. But right now, let's complete this because I have been allocated some time. I need to complete those things because there is like crunch of time also. Okay. Can I move forward now? Sumit, I will get back to you. Don't worry. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Can I move forward, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Sure, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Just give me 1 second. I'm getting a call from the institute itself. Just 1 second. Uh, hello, hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello, sir.
Is it audible?
Yes.
Yes,
Mm,
sir.
Yes,
yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah. So guys, one thing. Probably at the end of this session, once I'm done with my technical session, I will only take your questions because Srinivas sir is stuck in some other meeting, I guess. Okay. So I will take your non-tech questions also there. Then we will talk. Will that be fine for you guys?
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much. We'll go ahead then. See, so once your partitioning is done, after that, what will happen? Each and every person working in that particular, let's say, team. For example, let's say I have a team. So Arjun is there. Let's say Ravi is there. Let's say I don't know the name. Let's say Soumya is there, and let's say some Raj is there. So four candidates. Let's say they are working under me. I'm giving them four modules. Arjun will handle, let's say, camera module. Ravi will handle, let's say, video module. I'm giving, let's say, audio module to Soumya and some network IC to Raj. Okay. Now what will happen? They will, once the netlist will be released for them, that will be separate netlist. Now this VG will be actually partitioned in different netlists. It will be VG1, VG2, let's say, VG3, VG4. That means all this will be having logic, and when I clump this logic, it will make the final Snapdragon. Is it clear to you guys? Is it clear to you guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
And the complexity of all these netlist will be based on what is the complexity of your design. For example, if camera modules need more logic, then obviously this will be more, this require more area, right? Everyone is getting this point?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So this kind of division of the netlist is called as partitioning. Okay, we'll give the partition to each and every owner here, and these guys will be called as partition owner or block owner. Partition owner or block owner. Clear enough? Everyone is getting this point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now let's say I will go with one person. See, when you will be like 4 year or 5 year experience, till then you will be a block owner. We will get this all one single partition. They will work on that. Okay. Let's say I will go with let's say Soumya's block right now. So Soumya is handling, let's say, audio block. Agreed? Everyone is getting this
Okay.
point?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay. So now what will happen in that case? I'm just saying this. How many candidates are there? Okay, we have good candidates right now. So everyone is able to understand this thing. So I will take this Soumya's block. I'm going to help you. So now in this Soumya's block, in that netlist, what are the things will be there? In that netlist, inside the logic will be written, and those logic will be having connections. Okay, ports connection, basically interface connections, and then there will be modules. There will be different kind of logic. So for example, when you want to make the building, what is the fundamental building block of that building? What we are going to use to make a building? Fundamental block.
Bricks and
Bricks and
cement.
cement.
Bricks. Very good.
Bricks.
Bricks, right? I can use brick and I can make it simply. Now one thing I wanted to understand. So bricks are fundamental building block because that is already available in the market. If bricks are not available, then what you will do? If bricks
Bricks
are
will.
not available, what you will first make the brick, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Similarly, in this designs, for example, audio module when I'm handling, inside that multiple logics will be written. So in that logic, SRAM will be there, DRAM will be there, PLL will be there. What is PLL?
Phase lock loop.
Phase lock loop.
Yeah, phase lock loop. Okay, such kind of things will be there. Basically, memories will be there, phase lock loop device will be there, some PHY interface big block is there. All those things are easily available in the market. Okay, so I don't need to design it. I just need to instantiate it within my given area. Okay, so after partitioning, what are the things I will get it from the chip top? What chip top will tell me? See, what are the things chip top will tell me? After my partitioning, chip top will say that, see, your partition or your block is having, let's say, 1 million module, 1 million gates. What are those gates? AND gate, OR gate, NOT gate, like that. He will tell that you have 1 million gate. Okay, clear enough?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Apart from that, he will tell that you have 50 macros. What is this macros? That's what I was talking right now. SRAM, DRAM, okay, PLL, all those things, big modules. Okay, clear enough? Is it clear till you?
Yes, sir.
And he will tell that you can use a height and width of 800 micron cross 720 micron or 750 micron. This is the dimension he's giving. Okay, and apart from that, he will just let me complete 1 minute. I will come back to you, yeah. Okay, apart from this, he's telling that you have interface connection that you can put on the left side of your block, and your block should be rectangle in shape. These all requirement he has given. Okay, can you please ask the question someone was asking there? Can you go ahead? Yeah, someone was asking. Please go ahead and ask the question.
Sir, once again, like repeat this slightly, sir. I forgot this
Okay,
question.
yeah, okay, fine. Apart from repetition of this thing, any doubt? No, right?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
Okay, what I'm telling, once your bigger module, let's say Snapdragon chip is there, it has been divided into 3 modules, right? 4 modules. So that, like, let's say block 1, block 2, block 3, block 4, I'm naming it like that. Okay,
Okay, sir.
this
Yes,
is
sir.
camera, this is video, this is audio, this is network, like that. It is going to do each and everyone is going to do separate task. Okay, and you will be allocated this
Okay.
block, one block you will handle it. Okay, now what I was going to discuss, what are the inputs I will get it from chip top. Chip top will tell that in your netlist you have 1 million gates. That means or and or not, such kind of gates are there. 1 million gates are there. You have 50 macros. That means SRAM, DRAM, PLL 50 are there. Okay, and he is telling that you can use 800 cross 750 micron, not more than that. Okay,
Mm.
and again he's
Size,
saying that
size, sir.
that is the size of your block. Okay,
Okay.
and
Okay.
next thing is
Okay, sir.
saying that your block will be rectangle in shape and you need to put all your connection left side. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So this is the very first step where all this requirement whatever he has given I will use in a tool called as Synopsys IC compiler. Okay, which tool I'm going to use? Synopsys
I see.
IC compiler. So the very first step of physical design flow after partitioning which chip top will do, from here we will do floor planning. First is floor planning. Okay, what we do in floor planning? What we do in floor planning? What is the name floor planning suggest? Forget about chip designing. Forget about chip designing. With this name floor planning, what you understand? Any answer? Any answer?
There exists
Plan
there exists a
planning.
floor. We have to plan for that.
Very good. See, that is what, nothing else. The name itself is saying planning of a floor. There is already a floor. I am going to plan it. So for example, let's say this is my floor. I need to plan how to put 50 chairs here, 50 chairs here, 50 chairs here, then a table, like that. I need to do plan to use this area in a perfect way, right?
Yes, sir.
So what is the main aim of floor planning? To use the area intelligently. That is the aim of floor planning. Whatever area is allocated to you, you need to use it intelligently in the best possible way.
Yes.
Okay.
Using area
Yes. Sure.
intelligently in a best possible way. Agreed? Now, very first thing in the floor planning, I will decide the area, and he is saying that it will be 800 cross 750. When I load the netlist in the design, after that I will give the area 800 cross 750. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Just give me 1 second, since see, in the first class no one will open the tool, but I will open the tool for you guys, so that at least once you go from here, you will have at least feel that you learned something new. Okay, I hope that will be fine for you.
Yes.
Okay, so see, once you give this dimension, it will just open, it will just show in the layout itself. It will be like this: 800, I 750, but the diagram is differently made, right? No problem, I will make it 750 in some other way. Now it is looking like 750.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so 800 cross 750, because I know you guys will be asking silly question again next time. Hey Zia, this is 750, but this is very long and this is small. You can ask such question. I know that. Don't worry, and that is also acceptable for some days at least. So this is like 800 750 right now. After this, he's telling that I can put all my connection left side, right? So I will put all my interface connection this side. You got it?
Yes, sir.
After that, 50 macros are there. I will try to put macros, 50 macros, big macros will be there, like bricks it will be there. I will put all those 50 macros. Now that 50 macros, how intelligently I need to put, see, that 50 macro I can put anywhere, right? Why? Because I have a freedom of doing that, right? So for example, 800 cross 750, if it is there like this, I can put 50 macro completely like this, correct? But this is not the right way. Reason is because these macros are like highly power, they require very high power. Okay, so because of that I always need to put it near the boundary. Okay, this is the best way. Because they require more power, we need to keep it near the boundary. They are power hungry devices. Is it clear enough? So these are some guidelines we need to follow in the floor planning. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so these are like basic things I'm telling. A lot of more things are there. Floor planning. Okay, now one more thing. People do floor planning. So there will be expert in the industry who only does floor planning. They will do floor planning for 10 years, 15 years, like that. They are expert in only different kind of floor plans. Clear enough?
Yes, sir.
But here as a PD engineer, you need to learn everything currently. After some time, you will become expert in some small specification. You can choose your career there, but you need to learn everything here. Okay, and for initial 3-4 years, you need to do everything. You got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Can I
sir.
move forward now? Can I move forward now?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now apart from this floor planning, once your floor planning is done, next will be I need to place all my standard cells. Standard cells means and or not, like that. Okay, you got it? All these building blocks, I mean gate level cells. Clear enough? Logic gates basically. So we call it as a standard cell. Okay, why it is called as standard cells? Because once you create the area, after that, based on your technology file, this area will be divided into site row. This will be taught to you once you start your backend physical design, but I'm giving you idea. So site row, it will be dividing whole area. In this row only all the objects will sit. Okay, clear enough?
Yes, sir.
So all these AND gate OR gate, the height of AND and OR gate will be always integral multiple of the height of site row. Okay, that's why it is called as standard. Clear enough? The height of all these gates will be integral multiple of height of site row. Okay,
Sir, Ramon is video on, sir.
whose video is on?
Closed, sir. Closed.
Okay, at least mine was not on. Okay, don't worry, you will not be able to see me at least.
yes.
Okay, don't worry. If
So
you see me also, it doesn't matter. Yeah, please tell me.
so
Go ahead.
what was the sentence, sir? Height of all gates is integral multiple of what?
सब कुछ आज ही पढ़ लेंगे क्या आप?
Array,
Anyways,
nice.
height of this, see, these cells are called as standard cell. Okay, why it is called as a standard cell? Because the height of those cells are integral multiple of height of site row. Okay, that's why. Can I move forward now, guys? We,
I just have a question.
please go ahead.
Sir, so this is site row, and there is also another term as technology grid. So this technology grid is also same as a
No,
site row.
no, that is not the same. See, grid actually defines at the time of fabrication how poly to poly actually will be getting fabricated. That will be defined by the grid. Okay. So when you open the grid, you will understand that all these poly are actually aligning to that grid. We can discuss. Can we discuss this later on? Because see, everyone is very fresher here. They don't have that much of knowledge, so they will be like stuck to that point. You are talking
Okay.
about manufacturing grid. I know that manufacturing grid only, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, so that's what I'm telling. The all the polys inside the standard cell poly will be there, right? That will be
Yes.
aligning to that grid actually. That's the reason it is used in the TF. Okay.
Okay, got it.
Sir, I have one
Okay.
question.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, the height of the site row is going to be depend on technology node.
Yes, it will be.
It is
That will
fixed
be
for
defined.
technology.
Yes, it is fixed for your TF.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you.
Clear enough. Everyone is fine with this. Can I move forward now? Let's quickly at least complete the flow, yeah. Because see, that
One,
is what my way is. I don't go with slides, but I need to cover the slides, right?
can I ask one small question, man? Very
Go
small
ahead. Go
question.
ahead. Go ahead. Go
So
ahead. Go ahead.
in the floor planning itself, after giving each and everything, and so is there like anything we found out like wiring issues or delay issues after
See,
giving each and everything in the floor
see,
planning?
after floor planning itself, you can have delay issues. Reason is, for example, there are guidelines to place this macros. That's what I told you. For example, let's say this macro, they are both communicating to each other. That we can check in the tool itself. Okay. And if by mistake you have placed this macro here, okay. So see, it's all about future prediction. If you place this macro 1 and 2 here, and if this 2 is placed here, what do you think? Where you will get more kind of routing issues? Case B, case A.
Okay.
Where you will get
Yes,
more
please.
routing issues? Case B, right? Because these
Case
are like
B.
placed apart, right?
Yes, B only.
So this only you need to follow in the floor planning. So if your floor planning is close to perfect, you will end up having less issues. Okay, you got the point.
Yes, a little bit. I understood. So as you said, like we will figure it out after the placing of each and everything in the floor planning. So then after we check and we will find out some kind of delay issues.
Hmm.
Then is it possible to can
Change the
we
floor plan. Change
yes
the
change
floor
the
plan.
floor planning? Yeah.
Yes, man. You will do multiple floor plans. तुमको क्या लगता है एक दिन में हो जाएगा? You'll do 50
No,
floor plans,
no,
40
no,
floor
not
plans.
at all. Not at all.
Yeah. See, guys, I'm telling you, I'm just teaching this flow in 2 hours, but these flows go for 9 to 12 months. Okay. You will do some 100 floor plan. You will do some 100 placement and different recipes and all. Okay. You'll
Very
every
good.
time
Very good.
learn from each and every floor plan. You will learn. You will again roll back. You will again redo the floor plan. This way it goes. Okay. एक बार में सपना आ रहा है क्या? You are dreaming that this is the best floor plan. You can't do that, right?
Yes, okay.
Everyone is getting this point. I will discuss these things, man. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much, man.
Yeah. Moving forward now, guys. Moving forward. So once we are done with our floor plan, a rough floor plan I told, right? Once your core area is created where core logic is sitting, I have placed all my macros. And after my macros are placed, I need to give them power, right? I need to provide them power, right? So
Yes.
either
Yeah,
they
yeah.
will be working on VDD or they will be working. I mean, VDD should be like power and ground will be like VSS here. Okay, the term will be like this. So I can connect VDD VSS like this in the rail form. Okay, okay. So mesh type of structure is used for providing power. Okay, so this is done in the next stage called as power planning. What it is called?
Power planning.
Power planning. Now there are a lot of technical discussions like why we want mesh type of structure, why we want different kind of metal layers, what are those metal layers and all those things. Technical discussions we will do in an elaborate way in when we go through the course. But I will just give you an idea. See, simply you think that, let's say in your area only one transformer is there, okay, and that transformer is providing power to 100 houses, okay. If that transformer is failed, then what will happen?
No power for
Hey,
those.
what is this, man? At least you mute yourself and talk here. Okay, so you will not get any power for whole area, right? But what if 100 houses have 100 separate transformer? Then if one fails also, at least 99 will work, right? So such
Yes.
kind of things you can understand. The mesh type of structure provide different power sources. In that, if one fails, at least there will be like adjacent, or you can say some backups will be there. Clear enough? So it is a
Yes.
robust power structure. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Clear enough?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, once your power planning is done, you have placed all your bigger macros here, you have placed your ports here. After that, you are end up with like this core area is still vacant, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So in this core area, now we need to place all our standard cells, AND gate, OR gate, NOT gate, flip flop, latches, all those things will be placed in the core area. And those were like 1 million, like I told, 1 million, 2 million, like that it will be there, right?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So you will be 1 million cells are there. So what you will do, you will be individually pick each and every cell and place. Is it possible?
No, no, sir.
No,
No,
right?
no.
So next stage will be like fully automated most of the time. Placement. This is the stage in where all the standard cells will be placed in the core area using the tools settings and tools algorithm. So basically it will be automated flows will be there. So which actually scripting language will be used, that is called as tickle, tool command language. Tickle or TCL. It is called as tool command language. So this is one thing you need to learn. Okay, not to a very high level, at least to a basic level. At least you should be having understanding of the commands. Okay, just 1 second.
Okay.
अर्चना, अरे इसको ऑन कीजिए. Is it clear till you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now once your placement is done,
Yes, sir.
it, till there what will happen? Your macros will be placed, and your power planning is also done. Your standard cells is also placed in the core area. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now the
Yes, sir.
next thing is, since your flip flop and latches are already placed, they need what they need. They need clock, right?
Mm.
So I need to
Yes, sir.
send clock to them. Okay. So next will be clock tree synthesis called as CTS. What it is called as CTS, clock tree
Yes. Synthesis, sir.
synthesis. Now all these flip flops should get clock. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So if you give the launch flop is there, and if capture flop is there, if I give clock here and if I give clock here, if quickly launching and capturing will happen, then my device will be very fast, right?
Mm.
So what should I do? Should I give a clock at the same time to all the flop?
No, sir. Some delay.
Why? See, if ideally if I give clock at 10, let's say 11 a.m. here and 11 a.m. here, exactly at same point, then it's very good, right? Both will be like launching and capturing. For that quickly it will start. There will be no delay at least. You got it?
Yes, sir.
It will be very fast. But the problem is if I give clock at the same time, so if you have 50,000 flops in your design, all these flops will start switching at the same time, right?
Yes, sir.
What will be the problem?
Power consumption will be high.
Okay.
Okay, power consumption will be very high and it leads to design failure. Clear enough?
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
Yes.
so once
Yes,
your
sir.
CTS is done, so we need to maintain some kind of delay. That maintenance of delay is called skew balancing. So we'll do skew balancing, latency value and all those things we'll do in CTS. So this is very important part actually. Okay, so once we are done with the
Okay.
CTS, we'll go for the signal routing. That is the next part, routing. So in this, what will happen? The signals will be now routed. So for example, let's say A is here and B is here. There is a pin and B pin. The connections will be made now. Real physical connections. Okay. Clear enough?
Yes,
Clear
sir.
Yes,
enough?
sir.
So this
Yes,
is
sir.
called as this whole flow from here to here is backend flow actually. These all things are into backend physical design. So at the end of the routing, once your routing is done, is your chip done? If is your chip is manufactured?
No.
No, sir. Need
No,
to
sir.
verify
No.
it
No.
whether it.
No, right? So what exactly you have done? Whatever you have done, you will capture that in a file called as GDS2. Graphical data stream file. Okay, in that file all the layout information will be there. For example, this is connected like this, the shape is something like this, all those information, internal layout information will be there. Okay, I will take this file and this file will be now sent to foundries. And which are the foundries? Which is the king of foundry? What you know? Any name of any
Global
foundry?
Foundry. Global
TSMC is
Foundry,
the
sir.
king, man. Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Corporation, it is the king. Okay,
TSMC.
then then you have like
TSMC.
Global Foundry, Intel is there, then you have
UBM.
Samsung, then you have STM. A lot of things are there, but TSMC is the biggest one. Okay, clear enough?
Yes, sir.
Is it clear till here or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. It's clear.
Okay, now from floor planning, placement, CTS, and routing. I missed power planning, right? See, sometime what will happen, power planning will be done as a part of floor planning itself, okay? But some companies will do it separately, okay? Is
Sir,
it clear till here?
sir,
Sorry? Yeah.
sorry for the interrupt, sir. Can you explain once again CTS clock tree synthesis after the placement?
See, once your placement is done, after that what has happened, your macros are already placed, right? Your macros
Sir,
are placed and your ports are placed, your power planning is done, okay? And your standard cells are also placed in the design, okay? Now what I am telling, all the flip-flops what are placed in the design, they need clock, right? There will be one clock port here, right?
sir.
If I'm taking out, this is a clock port. This clock port should go to all those flip-flops. So in the core area, if this is a flip-flop, 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 all those are flip-flops. Then if this is a port, the clock should go to all these flip-flops, right?
Yes, sir.
So that is done in CTS, clock to synthesis. Now, if this is launched, this is capture, I can send clock at the same time, right?
Yes, sir.
But if I send clock at the same time, all those flop will start switching at the same time, right?
All will be activated sync at a
Again,
time.
power dissipation will happen, power consumption will be high, and it may lead to failure of device, right? So we need to
Sir.
maintain some kind of delay at least. You got the point?
Between the
That
cells.
is that is called as skew. Basically, we are going to do skew balancing.
Okay.
Clear enough? So that we do in CTS. Okay.
Sir,
That
routing,
means
tell
clock
me again,
tree
sir.
synthesis, sir.
Everything. See, I'm just giving you one idea. See, CTS will go for 3 lectures. Okay, 4 into 3, 12 hours, and routing will go for 1.5 to 2 lectures. But since you are asking, I'm just giving you an idea. Okay. You
Okay.
ask
Okay,
routing.
sir.
Who has asked routing this?
Me, sir.
Yeah. See, if this is a launch flop, okay. If this is a capture clock, in this between this, a lot of logic will be there. AND gate, OR gate, NOT gate. A lot of logic will be there, right? Agreed or not?
Yes, sir.
Say yes or
Yes,
no
sir.
at least now,
Yes, sir.
whoever asks
Yes.
questions. So all these logics will not be connected because till CTS only what thing is done? Till CTS only your clock is propagated, but your signals are not propagated. So in routing, your signal will start propagating. This will be connected. I will connect this to this. I will connect this to this, and I will connect this to this. Clear enough? In routing, your signal routing will be done.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So all the way from partitioning,
Yes, sir.
everything will be called as backend physical design. It will fall in the backend physical design. Clear enough?
Yes, sir.
Now this launching and capturing, this should be completed within this frequency, like I told, for Bluetooth it should be like 2.45 gigahertz or something like that, right? So these things need to be checked at each and every stage, right? Correct? Because that
Yes,
is
sir.
what the specification with respect to performance, right? So that means I need to do timing analysis on each and every stage. Timing analysis and power analysis. We need to do at each and every stage. Clear enough? So it is
Yes, sir.
called as static timing analysis. So there will be a separate course for STA when you go in any institute, any big institute or big university or colleges anywhere. There is a called STA, static timing analysis. It's a separate course altogether. Okay. But here we will teach in backend physical design itself. STA also will be taught to you, but not to a very high level. Probably, but I teach STA to, I mean, if you learn from me after 2 months, if I am your trainer, so what usually I do, I teach STA to a depth, to a very high level, because I am a STA expert actually. So I will teach STA to a very high level, and then PNR to a moderate level, so that you can survive in industry for at least 5 to 6 years aram se. You got the point? Is it clear till
Yes, sir.
here? Now,
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
all this
Yes, sir.
planning, placement,
Yes, sir.
CTS, routing will be done with the help of implementation tool. Okay? Okay. What is that implementation tool? So Synopsys has a tool called as ICC2. IC compiler, integrated circuit compiler. Okay. Why it is 2? Because it's advanced version. Earlier it was ICC. Clear enough? And
Yes, sir.
Cadence is a tool. Cadence is having tool called as Encounter. Now it is called as Innovus. Is it fine till here? Is
Yes,
it
sir.
Yes,
fine
sir.
till here?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now since routing, see, sorry, till routing, was your real net into connected? Was your real nets were connected till routing? Till
No.
routing, was your signal net
Yes, sir.
connected?
Yes, sir.
No.
When you,
Yes, sir.
which
Signals
No.
are
stage?
connected. Okay. Signal route
Which
only
stage
the
you
log is
connected?
connected.
Which stage you have connected? You have not connected, right? So this signal nets got
Signal
connected in
routing
routing
done.
only, right? Routing only, right? So
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
before this was not connected, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So if I want to calculate delay between this and this, that means the delay was estimated delay, because real net was not there. That means estimated net delay will be there, right?
Yeah.
Agreed or not? So that means whatever timing analysis I did till here, that was just the estimated value. That was not the real timing, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
So
okay, sir.
after routing, there comes sign off. After routing, what will come? Sign off. So in sign off, you need to sign up with respect to timing. We need to sign up with respect to power, and we need to sign up with respect to PV point of view, physical verification. So what is this? I will tell you. See, your routing is completed. Everything is done. You have done everything in your PNR tool. Everything is done. Your routing and all is completed. Now that file, that GDS2, basically def will be there, design exchange format. That I will use in a tool for analyzing the timing, because the real nets are now there, right? So real timing I can calculate now. Correct? You got it or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So let's say this is the flip flop. This is the flip flop. Earlier I was saying that from here to here it will take 1.8 nanosecond. But when I really calculated after real routing is done, it is coming 1.9 nanosecond. That means 100 picosecond difference is coming, right? Everyone is getting this
Yeah.
point? So I need to
Yeah.
fix this issue. That
Yes,
means this
sir.
is
Yes,
not
sir.
the real def. That means I need to fix this delay, right? Correct, na?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
So
sir.
yes.
after that, what happen? Once sign off timing will be run, this will use a tool called as prime time by Synopsys. Synopsys is a tool called prime time PT. Okay, and Cadence has a tool called as Tempus. Clear enough? And now this timing reports will be generated, and those timing feedback will be given again to what? Again to the previous flow where routing was done. See, routing was done, before that CTS was done, before that placement, everything was done. I will give feedback to whom? The PD
Routing.
engineer. See, the sign off team will be there. So sign off team is doing timing analysis. They will give feedback to the PD engineer, and they will tell that, see man, can you open your routed database? That means after routing whatever you done, you open that database, and there is a fix that you need to do. That means 100 picosecond delay you need to manage now. Can you do that? So he will add some buffers or delete some buffer, or delete this net, something he will do. You got the point?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes, sir.
So that means what is happening here? I'm getting a feedback from timing. I'm giving to routing. Again, this routing will give his database to timing. Again, the feedback will be coming to him. So it will go on cycle. Okay. And finally, once everything is fixed, that means if the requirement is 1.8 and I'm meeting that 1.8, that means my task is done, right? Then only the timing sign off team will tell that, yeah, you are meeting the timing. Your performance is perfect. Then you will tell that, okay, now I can give my GDS2 to Foundry. Is it clear till here?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What does
This is
GDS2 stands for?
1 minute. It is called as ECO, engineering change order. What it is called? ECO, engineering change order, where I'm changing few things. I'm changing the net delay. I'm adding some buffer, even though my routing is completed. So this is going in a cycle. Okay, clear enough till here?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Similarly, this is one vertical because I need to check PPA. This is one vertical where performance is checked. Similarly, in parallel, power will be checked. So this routing database go to power, this routing database will go to PV. You got the point? Everyone is getting this point? And this power team will also give the feedback. What kind of feedback they will give? They will tell that Zia, do one thing. See, in this region you have more power dissipation. They will say that, can you please see, in this area you have a lot of power dissipation, can you fix this? Can you add some extra cells that is called a decap cell? That decap cell will provide power. Can you add those cells here? I will like, okay, fine, I will again open the routed database, I will take their feedback and fix it. You got the point? What
Yes,
is this
sir.
decap cell and all, we will discuss later on. I'm telling that they are telling that this is the medicine, can you give to your routed database? I will give the medicine. You got the point?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Similarly, PV team will be there. They will tell that, hey, do one thing. See, this net and this net, they should be at least 100 micron apart. You have kept it 90 micron. Can you put it little bit far? Then that feedback also will go to routed database. So all these feedbacks will go to routed database, and finally all these feedbacks, all these checks should be passed. That means timings should that timing team should say that, yeah, it is okay. Power should say that, yeah, it is okay to move forward, and PV will tell that, yeah, it is okay to move forward. So once all these checks will be done, then I will take the database and I will dump this file called as GDS2. What is this GDS2? I told, graphical data stream file, where all the internal layout information will be there. Now this is not like a rectangle black box. Internally how it looks. Internally, if my internal structure is something like this, layout structure, and some connections are like this, all those internal information will go, and this will be read by the fabrication, and they will fabricate the chip. You got the point?
Yes, sir.
Is it
Yes,
clear
sir.
enough? So what was the
And
flow that we have discussed till now? Yeah, please go ahead. Till I
yeah,
will
one
just
more.
write the things.
Okay, this
Sir, power
verification will
is
be
also
happen
done
depend on specification given by top team like a requirement, right?
What kind of again come back?
This physical verification, timing, and power and all.
See, physical verification requirement, the rule will be there in technology file. I told in starting only, all the rules
Yeah, yeah.
related to technology will be there in technology file. I will take the rules from there. Okay, timing information will be there in your SDC, synopsis design constraints. Okay, from there tool will
Okay.
pick and understand that what kind of constraint I need to follow. Okay, so
Yeah, yeah.
have patience for some 10 minutes. I'm going to conclude at least this technical section. Then if you have anything related to this technical thing, you can ask me. Then we will move to the non-tech part. Will that I mean, will that be fine for you guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, let me complete this flow once for you guys. So yeah, oh sorry, I will write verification also then. So this part will come under the front end. Okay, clear enough? After that, synthesis is there, which is actually some company will say that synthesis is a front end part, and some company will say that this fall under the back end. So most of the company actually call it as a horizon of front end and back end. So it mostly fall in back end actually. Okay, got the point? So after
Yes,
front
sir.
end verification, RTL netlist will be taken and we'll do synthesis. After synthesis, we'll go for partitioning. After partitioning, we'll go for floor planning. I'm writing the terms like this. You can expand it. Floor planning, then power planning, then you will go for placement, then you will go for CTS. Okay, then you will go for routing. This is all backend physical design. After this, a lot of sign off checks will be there. Okay, so sign off checks, I told only 3, but a lot of things are there. I don't wanted to discuss more right now. Timing, power, and what I told, PV, right? Actually in PV a lot of things are there. LVS is there, and LVLs, a lot of checks are there. I'm not going to write those things, but yeah, just understand this thing. PV means physical verification. So there will be separate course for physical verification. For power, for timing, what tool they have used? Okay, I will write the tool also for you guys. For synthesis, synopsis tool is design compiler. Man, I'm speaking something you can write. Don't ask me again what is this DC design compiler. Okay, for cadence it is genus. Okay, and from partitioning till routing we use implementation tool. Okay, and that implementation tool will be for synthesis, it is ICC2, IC compiler 2 or integrated circuit compiler 2, and for cadence it is
Novus.
Innovus. Okay, and for timing, from synopsis it is prime time, and for cadence it is tempus, and for power, synopsis uses PTPX, but we don't use synopsis. We use a tool from Apache that is called as Red Hawk. There is a company called as Apache, and the tool is Red Hawk, which is used predominantly across the industry. Okay, and there is separate course here they teach Red Hawk in VLSIGuru. I think they will help you with that. And Cadence is a tool called as Voltus. And for PV, Mentor Graphics has a tool called Caliber that only is used, and Synopsys has IC validator. Okay, is it clear till here? IC validator, is it clear till here?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Any doubt in this small things at least? Any doubt?
Sir, sir,
Yeah,
is
please.
synthesis come under backend or frontend, sir?
What I told?
Yeah, no, no. Just in the middle, I
No, what
joined, sir.
I told I'm asking. I mean, what I told. Okay, you joined late.
You told it is in backend, sir.
I told that some of the companies actually put it into front end. They will sit with the front end team itself, and in some
Okay,
company they will sit with the back end team. Okay, so it all depends
okay,
like which company calls what,
okay, okay.
and this
Right.
is
No, the
problem
thing,
actually. Just one
the
second.
as
Yeah,
for
tell me.
joining tool, which will be consider like we will do up to synthesis means it is a front
You
end
will you will
design.
do synthesis, but that is different kind of. You do this all these things in Xilinx, right?
Yes, sir.
Use design compiler also? No, right?
No, sir. No, sir.
So this is different thing altogether. Okay,
Okay,
so
okay,
I
sir.
will go ahead. This is all from my side on the technical aspects. Let's cover up their slides whatever they have given, and let's see. That is what my way is. I don't teach with slides. Okay, I don't know whether I will be your trainer or not, but since I don't teach with slide, that I am following my way. Okay, and we'll go with the slide and see everything is covered or not. Okay, once at just a quick glance. Okay.
Okay, so after that, can I ask the question?
Yeah, please, just one. Yeah, please go ahead with your question then. If you have
So
anything with technical thing, then please go ahead with your questions.
yeah,
Any
of course,
technical
yeah,
questions?
yeah, thank you, man. So my question is that you mentioned the power plan and everything. So it is like that. Do we need usually we decide to have this kind of chip for this kind? I mean, this chip has to work in this voltage or any power, this kind of thing. So is it has to
Yes,
be given in the idea specification, or do we
yes.
can be changed in the power plan thing?
No, no, no. This idea and specification is from the client side, man. What is your
Yeah.
requirement?
So my question is
Okay,
that usually the
I
clients
got your
also
point. Just
have
one.
the
Yes,
requirement
I
of
will.
power and voltage, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Sorry.
see, for example, let's this person is going to work for 1.2 voltage. Okay. This person is going to work for 0.8 voltage. Okay. So this module is going to work into 0.8 volt. This module is going to work into 1.2 volt, right? So all these things, because we need to define the voltage domains, right?
Okay.
I need to define two different voltage domain. In one voltage domain, this all the design, all the logic related to this, let's say B block or A block or A module, that should sit there. These all things should come into a file called as UPF. Okay, Unified Power Format. There is a file. Okay, that file will be read by the floor plan tool. Okay, and then only these power domains will be created. Clear enough?
Yeah, clear enough. To add one more thing. So
Uh,
example, like after
Just
using any,
give me 1 second. Actually, I'm trying to open the tool, but I'm not able to open. Otherwise, all these things will be done in one go. But yeah, you
uh,
ask your question. See,
so
something happens.
usually the some things like when we are checked after the floor planning and everything, when we are like placed everything before going to the fabrication, is it like that anything we can check this chip is like to certain voltage, high voltage, by that is not burning, something like that?
Yes, man. So that's what I told in
Okay.
sign off. I'm not teaching everything. I told very clearly to this thing, right? I told
Yeah.
in sign off, I told only three things. Apart from that, there is something called FBCLP.
Yeah.
CLP is nothing but conformal low power. That is related to whatever you are asking. Okay.
Okay. Sorry. So just a
So not
curiosity.
sorry and not sorry and all. Actually, I don't want to teach everything today itself. Obviously, it's a
Okay.
demo class, right? To be
Yeah. Yeah.
frank, they don't teach these things in demo class. Only when I take demo class, I wanted to give you a feel of technical things. That's why I'm teaching. Otherwise, what is
And
there in the demo class? I will tell you. This is there in the demo class. Let's go through the demo class now. That is what
okay.
I given you as a perk from my side. Now this is the
Understood.
real demo
Excuse me,
class which
sir.
I need to go through. Yeah,
Thank you,
yeah,
man.
go ahead.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
go ahead. Go
Excuse
ahead.
me,
Be
sir.
quick enough. Yeah, please ask your question.
Sir, I have one question regarding layout and this PD clarification. I need, sir.
Yes. See, in the custom, there are in the layout two things: custom layout and semi-custom layout, right? So basically, in custom, see, first thing is like they don't do very complex design like a Snapdragon and processors and big chip. They will be like very small, see, like op-amp, okay,
Huh.
and some power amplifier, very simple chips will be there, like not big logic. And second thing, like there will like custom layout and there will be like semi custom layout. You can actually
Yes.
do the separate demo for them, the demo session they will tell. In custom layout, nothing will be like their predefined things. Like I was telling, brick will be there which is going to be used for the building, but brick itself will
Yeah.
not be there. You need to actually first make
Uh-huh.
the brick and then use it. Simply like AND gate will not be there. You need to make the AND gate using connections and all, then use that in your design. You got the point? And in semi
From the
custom, at least
yes, sir.
some
From the
things will be there, like AND gate, OR gate will be there,
uh-huh.
but bigger things will not be there, like muxes and all these things will not be there. Using that, you can make muxes. So these are like custom layout and semi custom layout. But at the end of the day,
Yes, sir.
it will also go for fabrication only, okay? But I told, right, complex things,
Yes.
see, AND gate, OR gate, NOT gate, these all come from library team only. They that will be somewhere linked with layout team only. You got it right?
Yes. Yes, sir.
So for
Okay.
layout, more exploration, please go and join their demo session. Okay.
Oh, okay, sir. When would be there for that layout, sir? Demo session
You
will
that's
it
what
will be.
you need to you need to ask to Manohar
Okay,
or
okay.
someone from
Yes.
Hello.
yeah.
Yeah. So the demonstration of custom layout will be tomorrow. We will share the links for custom
Okay,
layout
sir.
demo.
Oh, sure, sure,
Yeah,
sure.
sure. Sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Can we quickly look into the other things and close the discussion for the day, if you guys permits? Hello.
Sir, hello, sir.
Yeah, please tell me.
Sir, like what is difference between like analog designing or like digital designing, sir? Both are same or
Again,
which one
what
has
is
scope very much, sir?
what is difference between analog and digital? First thing you tell me that, then we will
No, sir.
discuss the next part.
Like no, no, sir. Like not analog designing, sir. Like does it have like digital designing has more scope or like analog, sir? Analog designing.
See, when you ask this question with, I mean, more scope, what exactly you want to hear from me? Tell me. What
Like
exactly you want to
like
see? Analog, when you say analog
salary wise, sir.
design, see, when you say analog design, what questions he has asked just 2 minutes back, like custom layout, same thing. Okay. See, only difference is
Yes, sir.
backend physical design requires a lot of other things like timing knowledge also should be known to you, power knowledge also, PV knowledge should also be there. In a custom layout, if you are good with the PV knowledge, your task is done. You can actually rule over the market. Okay. So it all depends like what is your, I mean, plan. How I can tell that exactly what is the best. You got the point, right?
Good.
And scope
Okay,
wise,
okay.
obviously, there is no match with backend physical design. To be frank, right now market is actually thrilled and frozen. But again, it is if you see again openings are coming, right? So obviously, market is
Yes, sir. Yes.
again getting stable. Okay, just give me 10 minutes. I'm going to share something to you guys. That is something you can tell off technical thing, but yeah, that will help you. Like companies related to backend physical design, what are there, and what company work for what things. I will share those things, and then probably we can take over the questions. Will that be fine for you guys?
Yes, sir.
Hey, something happened to this go-to meeting again, yeah. Just give me 2 minutes. I'm trying to share my screen, but I don't know. Something happened. Hey, Manohar, you are there?
No, Manor is not there.
Bebo, yaar, I'm trying to share my screen, but it is stuck. I'm not able to share. Should I
Okay.
rejoin? Can I rejoin?
Oh, okay, okay. Wait, just let me connect Manor also. Okay.
Yeah.
For
This
discussion, right?
conference will now be recorded.
So you are able to see, right? So we'll have like some idea and some product based company will be there and they will say that we are going to make XYZ product. Okay. You got it, right? So they will search, they will do research on that XYZ product. For example, let's say Qualcomm is there. So Qualcomm is planning to make, let's say, foldable phones. So they will first do a research on that, what will be the cost budgeting of that foldable phone, which is the latest technology in the market, and how much time it will take to come up in the market. By the time it will come in the market, will that technology will be there in the demand or not? Okay. And then apart from that, they will also think that there are other companies, is there any other competitor also in the market or not? You got the point?
Yes, sir.
Then only they will go and make the product. Now this is what the whole idea will be there for a product based company. Now they can't do these things on a single hand. So what they will do, there will be some company which will provide them the services. For example, let's say I want to design some product. In that, there will be companies which are really good in front end designing, and there are companies which are really good in verification, like TrueChip. You would have heard the name TrueChip. Okay, so TrueChip is a service-based company which is good in giving verification engineers. Then what I can do, I can hire those verification engineers and get my task done. or I can hire some RTL design engineers from some company. I can get my task done. You got it, right? So those companies, they will be giving their engineers for particular kind of service, and they will help in generating revenue, and some part of that revenue we will share with those service based company. Is it clear till here? Is it clear till here?
Yes, sir.
Now, both the companies, whether it is a service based company or whether it is a product based company, they need EDA tools, right? EDA tools like Xilinx, someone was saying. Okay. Similarly, Model Sim, Questa Sim, Cadence Innovus, Synopsys IC compiler, design. So all those tools I need, because tools will be used for designing of the product related to this electronics, whatever things I want to design. You got the point? So those company which are providing the tools, they will be called as EDA company. The example will be like Cadence, Synopsys, Ansys, Mentor Graphics. You got it, right? At least you got an idea, right? Say yes or no at least.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So now some of you will go and work in product based company. Some of you may get placed and work in service based company. Some of you may get placed and work in EDA based company. So now all these will be having different kind of requirements. See, in product based company, since they are more into R&D part, right? So they will test whenever you go, they will test all your basic knowledge also. Along with your high level knowledge, they need to understand your basic knowledge. Is it clear enough? When I say basic
Yes, sir.
knowledge, that means digital electronics, analog electronics, all those things should be known to you at a good level. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And when you go to service based company, what is the requirement from service based company? Like for example, Qualcomm, when the Qualcomm will hire someone from Mirafra for let's say PNR, then they will think that that person when he come and join let's say today, then from today itself he should be able to work, right? Say yes or no.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So it's like a ready-made food. It's like ready to work. They should directly come and work. So that's why if you see there is the culture of this training institute has started from there itself, because most of the companies they want ready to work engineers. They don't want raw engineers. They want trained engineers. If you see the requirement will be trained fresher. You have seen that requirement on the LinkedIn, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so all those things this company work I mean closer to each other, and this forms a total VLSI ecosystem. Okay, so now if you see, I will give you an example of some of such companies. If you see product based company, Intel, Samsung, everyone heard this kind of names: Nvidia, ARM, Apple, ST Microelectronics, Micron Semiconductor, Qualcomm, Broadcom, Analog Devices, AMD, NXP, Microchip, SanDisk. All this company you have heard the name, right?
Yes,
You
sir.
guys have heard the name of
Yes,
these
sir.
companies. So these are the examples of product-based company. Can you please turn off your mic, guys? Please. I know you guys don't know me, but at least respect first lecture of mine, man. I'm saying continuously from the first hour itself, or you can say first minute itself. Please turn off your mics at least. Is it clear till here?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Yes, sir.
So once you are done with the training, I mean 2 months of basic training and advanced training of 3.5 4 months. Believe me, I mean, I have my students who are working in Samsung, Intel, Qualcomm, Broadcom, AMD, NXP, and SanDisk. Now, actually, it is Western Digital. So they are working in Western Digital, Nvidia. So almost I have seen like they are covering most of the company, MediaTek. So all these companies they are working, right? That means the quality of training what they will provide here, that will help you entering and cracking interviews of all any such kind of companies. Believe me, I mean, uh, since I'm just telling, believe me, don't believe me, you can actually look into, you can talk to our old students also, you'll understand. Okay, see, there is a right now, you everyone knows that because of corona and all COVID cases and all, you know, right, hiring was less past few months, right? Everyone knows that, right? Everyone would
Yes,
have
sir.
heard that also,
Yes,
right?
sir.
But then also,
Yes.
believe me, not you can take a data from VLSIGuru. Last to last month we gave 40 placement. Okay, you can take data from Babo, he will give you, and like 40 placement in companies like even in this company name I forgot, man. Capgemini. Currently they started hiring in semiconductor, right? So they took bulk of students from our company. Actually, I have all those data recorded with me. And just now I finished one of the batch where like some 23 students are there. All 20 got placed. Out of 23, at least 18 to 17 got placed. Only 5 or some people are searching. And it's been 1 month. That means market is open right now. Okay. That means you have job in the market. So if you go through this training, whatever they are providing here, it should be sufficient for you to crack any interview. You got the point?
Yes, sir.
I mean, I'm not actually buttering you. I'm really giving a proper exposure. See, I'm pure VLSI aspirant. Even Babo is there, Manohar is there. They are attending this session. But I don't care about the reputation of any institute and all. But VLSI aspirants, I always promote them. If you want to learn quality things, you need to do a little bit of research and come back. So you do a background research of the institute, okay? Background research like what kind of placement they are giving, what is their fee structure, and compare with the other institute also, and then you take a call. That is what will be like my suggestion to you as a mentor or as a senior, you can say. Nothing from institute side, from my side, to be frank. If Srini sir was there, he should give you a proper picture of institute. I don't want to give that much, but I will give you the real picture. Is it clear enough? Can I move forward now? Yeah,
Yes, sir.
these are service based companies. Okay, now this service based company will directly hire direct engineers from any training institute, whether it is like VLSIGuru, whether it is like RVVLSI, any training institute. Since we have a good contact in most of the companies, we give a I mean most of the selections in service based company, to be frank. Because in product based company, if you know, they hire directly from the premium colleges. Only sometime the off campus drive will be there. In that our students crack the drive, and sometime people like us who are like directly close contact with those students and we know that they are really good, then we will directly refer them if there is opening in our company. Like that we do, to be frank. See, Srini sir is there. He is already some 20-year experience and he already know most of the company, so he will help you. I am there in that, so we will just give you like what we say, a heads up, like I can share your resume. But probably, I mean, one thing is sure, no one will give you the job letter in your hand. You're getting this point, right?
Yes, sir.
See, we can train you, we can give you a proper training, we can provide you the links. But if you ask me what is your placement, are you going 100% placement and all? There is no guarantee of 100% placement anywhere. Even we are very practical. We will not give any 100% placement. See, every batch we are giving 60-70% placement. Then also we don't reveal that. We are not going to give guarantee for that, because right now market is really good. Okay, I can assure that if I teach 20 students parallelly, I can give all 20 students placed. Okay, but there is no guarantee of after 2 months, 3 months. Okay, but that is for sure that VLSI market is not going to shrink for at least next 8 to 10 months, to be frank, I'm telling you. So you plan accordingly, get trained here, and then you can apply. Okay, so
Hello.
and these are the, let me finish this small topic, then we will discuss all your queries. Okay. Okay, and this is like example of EDA based company. We already have talked KDL, Synopsys, Mentor Graphics, ANSYS and all, right? So in these companies also you will be getting placed. So a lot of our students have got placed in Synopsys last year and Cadence. So what is the requirement of this company? These companies need little bit of more into scripting knowledge. I mean, that is one thing you need to be like adding a lot. Your scripting knowledge should be good. Okay, so here I will be, I mean, any trainer will give you a basic knowledge of tickle scripting, and in what we say in basics they will teach you Unix and tickle both. Is it clear till here?
Yes, sir.
Hello, Jiaul. I'm Srinivas.
Srini sir, yeah sir.
Yeah. So just wanted to add one thing in this context. Hello, everyone. I'm Srinivas. I'm the founder of the institute. Just to introduce myself. So since Jiaul was talking about TCL scripting and Linux, I just want to tell you everyone that our Linux and TCL scripting courses will be in depth. I mean, they will give you a good level of expertise with both Linux and TCL scripting. Because what we have done is we have understood that these courses are very important for any fresher, right? Even though your main focus is physical design or your main focus could be custom layout or any other topic, but having a good level of expertise on Linux is very important, because what it does is what you can do in 1 day time, if with a good expertise on Linux and with good expertise on scripting, you can do the same work in 1/4 of the time or 1/2 of the time. So hence we have always emphasized that we should train our student very well in Linux and TCL. So we will give good amount of emphasis, and for every session we do for all the Linux and TCL scripting sessions, there will be corresponding lab sessions where the trainer will be guiding you with each and every steps in the flow. Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry to interrupt. Just wanted to add here. Yeah.
No, go ahead, sir. Yeah, no, so this I told in the starting onwards to them, like these all queries related to the course and material and all. Obviously, admin will give info, but since you are not available, I thought of touching those things. Now I will take the questions. You will be there, right?
I'll be there for some time. Yeah, please take the question.
So, can we take the questions since you are there? Maybe you will be there to help us. Guys, you can go ahead and ask your questions which you were asking earlier to me. Can we start and discuss our non-tech part? So technically I'm done. Non-tech part we can discuss now. Can you go ahead with your questions?
Sir, what about lab hours? Like how in a week it can be provided?
Yeah, sir, please go ahead.
Yeah, sure. I will tell you. Basically, we divide the batch into two different batches. One is the weekends only students. One is the full week students. When I say weekends only students, it is mostly meant for the working professionals. For them, the timings will be Saturday and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. both on Saturday and Sunday. Morning session, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. will be the theory session. 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. will be the lab session. For all these courses, I mean, throughout these 4 months or 6 months, I mean, whatever be the timing, during the physical design main training, these timings will be fixed. 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. timings will be fixed. Now, when it comes to weekends, full week students, the lab session that happens in the afternoon, that is 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. lab session won't be there for them. Instead of that, they will have the lab sessions on weekdays. Monday to Thursday, they will have the lab sessions. This morning theory session will be common for everyone, like Jiaul is doing or some other trainer is doing. For all the students, let's say there are 25 students in the batch. All 25 students will attend that common theory session on both Saturday and Sunday. Only the lab session timings will differ. And as far as the tool access is concerned, you will have full course access. Let's say our course, physical design main course, goes for 4 months. You will have 4 months access to the tool. Anytime during the day, you can connect and access the tool. We won't give a restriction that 10 hours in a week or 15 hours in a week or anything like that. Only thing we encourage everyone to do is fair usage. What is meant by fair usage? It's a shared resources. If you utilize it in a fair manner, everyone else also will get the access. So that is what we encourage people. So there are some good practices we will tell to the people how to use. When you log off, you should close the tool. Those things we'll tell. That anyway, once the course starts, we'll let you know. Does it answer your question?
Yes, sir. Got it. Got your point. Okay. So depend on the people, like we have to use it because.
Yes. So regarding the usage, it's fine. See how you are going to access.
Yes. Through cloud only, right? And one more doubt have, normally currently there is some COVID and all it's going. Maybe after 2 months, if it is decreased less, then institute will open, like classes will be on institute or it will be online only.
Okay. See, sorry, I'll tell you. See, even till in this year, even till April, we have done it offline also. Even there were times where Jiaul came to the institute and did the offline classes. Now, even today, we are doing offline. In between for 3 months, we took break. I mean, we went to online mode because you know what all happened during the second wave and everything.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, only thing I want to tell is when we are saying offline, we are not committing for 100% offline. We are committing around 70 to 75% offline, remaining 25% will be online. So why that 75%, why that 25% is some of the trainers are not available in Bangalore. When they are not available and they are working from their native places, I can't ask them to come on Saturday and Sunday, please come and teach and go back. So they are not open to that, and I should not even be doing that. So in those cases, what we are doing is those trainer sessions will be online. Remaining sessions, wherever some trainers are coming to the institute and they are available at the institute, all their sessions we are doing offline. Even today, I am committing to you that I will do at least 70% of the course offline. Remaining 30% will be online. But the positive thing in all these things is whatever doubts you have during the course, there is someone at the institute who will be available for clarifying the things in face-to-face. But let's say some of you are looking, any one of you are looking for complete online course, then for them it's 100% online. The way you are attending this demo session, right? Like that, every session you are attending online. Now the next question comes is how I'm going to do the labs? How am I going to do the projects? Will it be effective? Will doing the labs and projects will be effective? Let me tell you, we started Training Institute in 2012. Please be mute. Please be mute. Everyone. Shivalila, please be in mute. See, if you don't unmute, without knowing, you disturb everyone else. So when you don't have questions, please be in mute. Now coming back to whether taking the course online, whether doing the projects online, will it be effective? To my knowledge, it will be effective because we have been doing this online training since 2012. And there have been students who have been attending these courses from US, Europe, and outside Bangalore, right? So for them, everyone, it's online only. They have been able to do and they have been able to get the jobs. At the end of the day, what I really expect from the student is they should have that motivation and willingness to put that effort to learn the things. As long as they have that willingness, they can learn and they will get all the required support from the institute. And I believe in one business philosophy. What is my business philosophy is I should satisfy my existing students or existing customers before I go for new customers. For me, existing customers are the students who have already enrolled for the course. We will give our best effort to ensure that each of your concerns is addressed. I mean, it could be anything. It could be technically, it could be related to the institute policies, anything, whatever best we can do, I'll do that. Before I reach out to the new students and asking new student to enroll, I do that. So when I say that, I mean it. So we'll create some individual WhatsApp groups where institute admin, myself, and you will be added. Anytime you have concern, you can always reach out to us for the support. That will ensure that you get the quick and immediate response for that.
Okay, sir.
I think probably I deviated a little bit from the topic. So the question was about offline and online. Now, anyone else question?
Sir, theory classes timing for regular batches, sir.
Any other questions?
Like theory class
theory class timing for regular batches will be. I will tell you. See, if you are assuming that it's a 6 months course, we divide the 6 months course into two parts. One is the 2 months basics training. One is the 4 months advanced training. During 2 months of basics training, we will have sessions 6 days per week. Every day, timing will be from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. So during the basics training, as the trainer would have explained you, we will teach you all the required. Yeah. 1 second, I'll complete this Shiva's question, then I'll answer your question. So during this initial 2 months of training, the training will be for 6 days in a week. And let me tell you here, there is no dedicated weekend batch here. For basics, there is no dedicated weekend batch. In that case, what we do is, whatever sessions the student misses, we will provide them access with the videos.
9 a.m. to 1 p.m., sir?
9 a.m. to 1 p.m. every day. One day will be the break in the week. And once we move to the main course, everyone please be in mute because there is a background noise. It's not only disturbing me, it must be disturbing everyone else also. Okay. When it comes to the 4 months main course, the theory sessions will happen on Saturday and Sunday. Lab sessions will happen during the weekdays. for the full week students. For the weekends only students, lab sessions will happen on Saturday and Sunday post lunch. This is the schedule. Once in a while, we are looking at a possibility. See, let me tell you, we are looking at a possibility where can we split, instead of doing 2 theory sessions, we are looking at option of doing 3 theory sessions, small sessions. See, now what happens is, if I spend 4 hours and teach 3.5-4 hours of a physical design at a stretch, students won't have so much attention for the complete 3-4 hours. We are thinking.
So your voice is breaking.
One second. Is it better now? Is it
So
better
there
now?
are other people talking behind, sir. And so your voice is not dominating
Yeah,
that.
can you keep in mute? I request everyone to be in mute so that other people don't find disturbance. Okay. Papa Sanipalli, please be in mute. Yeah. I think I have given the overview of the timings, right? What I was telling is, there is a possibility that instead of 2 days of theory, we might do it in 3 days of 2.5 hours per day. Nisha, please be in mute.
Hello.
Do you have any questions? Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to add
Hello?
one more point, Srinivas sir. So everyone, this is Vaibhav. I'm the manager of the institute. See, whether it's online or offline, we will be creating one portal accounts for you where all the live session recordings are shared. Okay, so whatever session you are attending, whether it's a theory or lab, that recorded videos are shared to you. So in case if you are not able to attend, you can again go through that video and you can recollect what the topics that has been covered. In the same context, see, today the demo session has happened.
Okay, sir.
I will be sharing one link to all of you. Please fill that link. We will be sharing the demo session again for reference.
Let's. Nisha, do you have any questions? Can you be in mute, please?
Sir,
Yeah.
your voice is breaking, sir, for me. Sir?
You are in. You have.
Hello?
There is a back that is coming from your side.
Sir, your
Can you
voice is
please?
breaking.
My voice won't be breaking
Can you
because
hear
I
me,
am.
sir?
I can hear you. Please tell me.
Hello? Sir, tomorrow at what
Yeah.
time will be there, sir, class? Hello?
Tomorrow will be great.
Hello?
The training will start. Training will start from Monday. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And what
So,
about online batch? When it will start?
no, we will explain everything. Let Vaibhav complete because he was talking and I interrupted him. Vaibhav, can you please complete?
Hello.
Yes, Vaibhav, please go ahead. Everyone
Yeah.
else, please mute. There is an option where you can mute yourself.
Once.
Nisha, there is an option where you can mute yourself. Please mute yourself.
Okay, so I was just informing all of you that see, in online training also, suppose in case if you are not able to attend any sessions or even after attending session you want to recollect what as you have been attending. So in that context, what we do is we create one account, okay, in which we share all the necessary materials as well as the notes. You will be accessible to those and every session will be shared to you on that portal. So today's session you can go after the session you can revise as per your own convenience. Even the tool is available 24/7. You can practice it on the tool. For example, like I will be sharing one link to you. Today the entire demo session will be shared to you via your mail IDs. So I will request all of you to fill the form that I am sharing right now. Okay. And in every session it will be continued for 6 months. Each and every session, even if you are attending or even by some reasons if you are not able to attend, we will share the session to you. Yeah.
Okay.
Any questions?
Okay. In summary, what Vaibhav we have a e-learning portal where
Hello?
those videos will be accessible for 5 days from the date of the session. Yeah, if you have any questions now, you can ask. We can answer those questions.
Hello?
Yeah, Vignesh, please go ahead.
Sir, I joined the session late, sir. What are the tools you will teach us, sir? Tools, EA tools, sir.
Jimmy, can you answer this question?
Just 1 second. Vignesh, what is your query? Can you again can you again repeat your question?
Sir, I joined the session late, sir. I want to
Okay.
know what all tools you will teach us, sir, like EA tools, sir.
Yeah. See, you are joining for backend physical design course. Then we will do our implementation in Synopsys IC compiler. That is all the way from floor planning till sign off. We will teach you Synopsys IC compiler. Okay. And after that, for timing analysis, we will open prime time and teach you there the prime time tool we will be using. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank
Yeah.
you, sir.
Yeah. Any other
Hello.
question? Can you please ask quickly? Yeah.
Sir, PPT can you send me, sir?
Which
VLSI training,
which
sir.
PPT? Which PPT? Can you please be loud? Which PPT you want?
Sir, how we, timing you can send me, sir, class timing.
Okay, sure. They will send. Any other question?
Sir, any prerequisites required, sir, for
Yes, sir.
physical design?
Yeah, Mega. So she has a question. What is the prerequisite for this course, right? See, as Srini sir was saying, we have a like 6 month duration course, right? Where they will be teaching you first basics for 2 months, then you will be landing up into the advanced sessions. When you come to basics, your digital electronics, the VLSI jargons related to your fabrication technology, your basic timing analysis, all those things will be taught. If you want to get a step ahead and you want to add some more to them, you can come up with revision of all those basics of digital design and analog circuit. That is always additive and helpful, right?
Yes, sir. Okay. So
Yeah.
I have to learn about analog VLSI, right, sir?
No, basics. See how a CMOS work, okay, how a BJT work, how a FET
CMOS
work,
technology. Okay.
channel second order effect. See, these things will be taught in basic class also, but since you are like eager and excited to that, you can brush up all those things. Unix and Tickle they will teach in your basic course for next 2 months. All these things will
Fine,
be
sir.
taught. Okay.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Any other question?
So, related to the same thing, basic plus advanced equals to the same amount, right, sir, for the training?
Srini sir, can you please answer this question? Hello, Babo or Srini sir, anyone?
Hello.
Yeah, Babo, can you please answer her question?
Right. See, the total cost remains the same. There is no difference for basics plus mains. In 45 plus GST is the total cost. The basics
Okay.
plus mains are included in it.
Fine, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
And
I have a doubt.
So, yes, sir.
sir,
So,
after the
like in
basic
system
course,
Verilog, we
who
need
will
to.
teach that, sir? Is that GL sir or not?
Yeah,
The
I'm there.
main.
Please go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So,
After
in
the basic
system
course
Verilog,
completion, who will
1 minute,
teach that, sir?
Mega, Nisha, just 1 second. We'll take one by one. Yeah. First, someone was asking question directly to me. Can you go ahead? Rajesh, can you go ahead?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. After the completion of the basic course, who will teach the main course, sir? Is it GL sir or not?
Yeah, Rajesh, one thing. See, there are like pool of trainers here, right? So whoever is available that time, because see, I can't commit on my date. Reason is, see, I don't know. That time my tape out will happen. So probably I need to support to my team. If I'm available, I will take. If I'm not available, the other trainers who are like highly skilled, right? They will take. So there are like bunch of trainers. So it all depends who is free that time. Okay, Rajesh?
Okay, okay. Okay.
It will more or less same only. It is not that big difference. Whatever little bit, see, and one more important thing is there, as Babo was telling, like we have portals where recorded sessions are there. You will have recorded sessions for all the trainers also there. Okay, so you can take that help also. I don't know the cost and all, but you can take that help also from them. They will help you with that also. Okay.
Okay, okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
So,
Yeah.
sir,
Nisha.
okay,
Yeah.
I
Will.
just have a question, continuation to this question.
Yeah. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So actually, I think I have enrolled for e-learning type of course, and
Hmm.
also would I be able to get all the videos access at the same time to go at my pace, like
Uh, okay.
instead
I
of
got your
going
point.
each and every day, week by week?
I got
Uh,
your point. Babo, can you please answer? So his question is, will he get access to all the videos at once, or each day you will be delivering him one, two lecture like that? Can you
See,
please
in
answer that?
e-learning, what happens is those who enroll specifically for e-learning, there are certain modules in basics as well as mains. So we give a sequentially module by module access.
Okay, like, would it be possible, like, to like, if I try to go at my pace, would it be possible if you can give like most of the access at the early, like as soon as possible, or like the fastest pace?
Yeah,
Rishikesh,
sure.
once you complete one module, you can directly sync up with Babo. Like I am done with that. Can you release the next
Okay,
module?
okay,
He will be able to do that. Okay.
okay,
See,
okay,
we are
got it.
very flexible to help you guys. See, it's just like we are helping you guys, and obviously for that, obviously everyone will go with the financial thing also. We want to generate revenue also along with that, but we will help you as most as possible. Mega, can you take? I will
Ex-
take your question because you are
yes,
asking
sir.
since long. Mega, go ahead.
Yes, sir. I wanted to know about the placements. Like, when do we have companies coming? Like, I mean, at the
Okay,
end of the.
that is one very good question that all the freshers will be there. Even I had, like when I was a student here 6 years back, to be frank. See, placement, once you complete your training, see, the placements would happen that time only. As
Okay.
Srini sir was saying that we will give preference to our old students, right? But it is not always like that. To be frank, I'm telling. What actually happens here, once you are, like, let's say you are on verge of completion and you have reached till CTS and some topic routing, let's say, okay, by that time we will have multiple tests also. We will conduct test for you guys, right? If you are doing
Okay.
good in those tests and some students are there, let's say 10 students from this batch, we will recommend the name of those 10 students and they will actually forward even though your course is not completion. So that is one thing is sure, after completion of your course you will be given chance to sit into the placement, okay? But before
Okay.
that also, if you are doing good, we will forward your resumes, okay? And it always based on your luck, that whether you are cracking it or your performance basically, okay? More than luck,
Okay.
your performance and dedication.
And
Yeah,
how much does the criteria like matter, sir?
it matters. It depends on companies to companies, right? For example, if let's say Ultron was there, Cerium, SCL and Scient, we gave a very high placement in these companies last few months actually. If you try to ask to Babo, I think close to 110 placement we gave in last 5 6 months, okay? And these were
Okay.
like companies Ultron, Cerium, SCL, and they will actually hire like freshers sometime it will be like 2019 to 2021 batch, like 3 years is fine. But very old, like 2015, 2016, 2017, you need to plan in different way, okay?
Oh, okay, sir.
So it all, there are criteria. Some company will ask like 60% above, some will ask like 65% above, like that criterias will be there, okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sir, PDF
Yeah.
Hello.
material can be
Sir,
sent me, sir.
sir,
What, Mega?
sir,
PDF
like in
material,
system
sir.
very 1 second, Nisha. Let me just ask
And
you.
Nisa, let her
Yeah,
finish, then we will take your question, okay?
yeah. So I just wanted to know, like in system Verilog and Verilog, we need to have like really good aptitude skills. So for the
Hmm?
backend physical design as well, we like really need to have good aptitude skills or like
you
any
need to
other.
have good you need to have good analysis skill. Like you open the tool, in that tool how is net connected. If that net is very long, it will take more delay. If it is a shorter net, obviously it will take less delay. Such kind of analysis skill will be there, right? Two buffers, if I'm putting
Alright.
two inverters, can I replace do two inverters and put one buffer? Such kind of layout and circuit knowledge should be there. So it's more like analysis. Your analysis should be good. That's what.
Oh,
Hello,
all right.
Joe.
Also, sir,
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah,
sir,
so I would
sir,
like to add one more to
Yeah,
Mega.
yeah.
See, what we do is we have developed a structure in such a way that every week we will be having some aptitude sessions, and after
all right.
completion of every module, we keep the GDs. Okay.
Yes.
Now, regarding the placements, now the scenario is there are some companies they are hiring ongoing batches also. They are knowing that
All
students are
right.
going to complete in the next to next month. So we have companies that are approaching for the ongoing candidates. Okay, so suppose you have completed almost 80% and they want to hire. Okay, so that also we
Yes, sir.
provide support. So there are chances that during the training also you get placed. Regarding aptitude, what we do is every
All right.
after completion of a module, like every month we have a conduct a test. So those who perform well, whenever the company comes, we forward their profiles to them. Regarding the criteria, see, some students are there, they are not fitting the criteria. Like suppose if company is asking 2020 password, but the student is 18 password, but his performance is good. In that case, what we do is we recommend that the companies about the performance and they do consider. So it's totally depend on how you perform.
All right. So
Yeah.
also,
I
I have already been placed in this company called Insights. So I already got
Yeah.
an offer, but I just didn't like the way they were like there was a 3-year bond, plus for the first six
mm,
months they were like not paying me and everything. So this was their criteria. So I didn't join it. So I was just expecting that an answer from you, like, is it a wise decision to join yours and look for better placements because I really need a better placement than the one they were offering, or should I go for the insights thing only? Because if you say like after this session also, if I'm going to be placed in a company like Insights, then I think I should join it right now only. I
Yeah,
mean, there
Mega,
was that.
since you, yeah, Mega, I will answer this question because I'm into industry. Babo is someone who is managerial skills. Okay, see, VLSI
Yes,
industry
sir.
insights, Noida wala insights you are saying, right? That company is
Yes, yes.
actually, I mean, that company actually is same like VLSI Guru. Okay, and it is having tie up with like some client.
All right.
So they will also again train you only. Okay, they will train you. They will project you
All
after
right.
some time. So that is also again 3-year bond, and we don't give such kind of we don't entertain such kind of any companies in our institute. Like Cerium, if you know, that is a, you know, right, tag, you know, SCL,
Yes,
Cerium,
sir.
and this company Ultron,
Yes, sir.
these are like brand. Okay, these are
Yes,
not
sir.
like a small
Yes, sir.
company where you will be fraud and all. Anything, if you want
Yes, sir.
any extra suggestion on that, you can directly reach to me. I can help you because I'm into VLSI sector since long, so I know these companies very well. We can talk later on. This is not a portal to talk on that, whether this is a right decision or not. That you need to discuss, and you can take a wise step after some time. Okay, we'll discuss later on. I will take
All right.
Nisha's question also because she was waiting since long. Yeah, Nisha, please go ahead and
Sure,
quickly.
sure.
Yeah, Nisha.
Sir, can
Nisha.
you provide PDF material, sir? PDF material, sir.
Okay, Baba will help with that. What
VLSI.
kind of material? Yeah, he will help you with that. What
Yeah,
kind of
right.
material you want? Okay.
Nisha, what we do is once
Okay.
you enroll, we provide you the e-learning credentials, login credentials. So
Yes, sir.
whatever the material is there, notes, PPTs, PDFs, we upload on the portal.
I, yes, sir.
Okay.
Actually, I'm from Tripoli background. I'm learning newly. I'm learning from VLSI. That's why I'm basic. I need.
Okay.
Okay.
See, we start the training from scratch, and till the entire training, whatever the material is there, it will be shared to you via portal.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Also,
Thank you,
Can you
uh,
guys
one
mute yourself now? Mute yourself first.
one
Yeah, Shiva, go ahead. Yeah, Shiva, go ahead.
sir, if you do course in PDA, then
Uh-huh.
can you attend other interviews also, sir, like DFT, like
Ah,
SDM?
no, No. See, STA you will be able to attend. Reason is STA we will be teaching in PD only. Okay. So if there is a specific requirement of STA, you will be able to attend that. But DFT they want someone who is already trained in DFT. So we already have students who are trained in DFT. So why we want to send you to that? It's not possible, right?
Can we
Hello,
attend
sir.
like unlock if you have basic knowledge like layout or like
Yes,
something
yes.
for
See, the
unlock
one
design?
who is, yes, the
Okay.
one who is learning physical design from here, at the end we will teach them what is done in physical verilog. Like we will physical
Okay.
verification. We will teach them like LVS and how we clean sorts and open, how we fix antenna violation, how we fix
Yes.
electromigrations. All these things are done in PV, right? So you will get placed in PV also.
Okay.
We have done like a number
Okay.
of
You
students
can.
got placed here. Yeah, yeah.
Sir.
Any other?
Uh,
Hello. Hello.
Yeah,
sir.
yeah, Mahesh.
Hello.
Yeah, Mahesh, please go ahead.
Sir,
Yeah, I would like
for
to know. Hello.
अरे यार one by one. Mahesh, I'm asking to you, then I will ask to Naresh, and then I will ask to Vikas. Is that fine? Mahesh, go ahead with your question.
okay.
Naresh, I will ask next to you.
For online classes students, how will be the tools will be shared, sir? Like lab sessions.
Yeah,
Is
you
there
will
will
be getting, you will get the VPN access, right? You will get the ID and password created for you. That will be shared to you. You will need to log in with that, okay?
yeah.
The lab
Is there
guy will be there.
for
He will help you. Sorry?
sir? Is the access for hours or for only 8 hours? Like morning 9 to 6
See,
only.
see, access will be there for whatever time you are telling 24 hours also. But since everyone is working, okay, so better you should use it in an optimum way, right? For example, when we will have a entry sheet there, if you enter 9 o'clock AM, 9 to 10, you complete your one thing, whatever you want to do, or 9 to 11. At the time log out, you just enter the exit time and you log out the tool. Let others also use, okay? So don't it will be like sometime what will happen, you log in morning and you don't kill the license and everyone is struggling for the license. So for that we have made the optimum way, okay? See, it is for the use, not for the misuse, as simple as that.
Hello.
Naresh,
Okay.
yeah, Naresh, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Now we are learning the PD course in the Synopsys tool, right? Shall we
Yes,
attend that call in any other EDA tools like
yes,
Cadence?
yes,
Is that same
because
design?
yes. See, any company which is going to hire you, like Qualcomm, Intel, you will be working for, at the end of the day, you will be working for these big companies only. Qualcomm, Intel, AMD, and all, either from service-based company or else directly into that company. There are two ways, but you will end up working in those big companies only. Okay, they either follow Synopsys flow or else they follow your Innovus flow. Most of the company, they what they do, they will hire a student from here based on the concept and based on the tool. So what is the consideration? See, even I have taken 300 plus interview till date. Okay, what I see in any candidate, whether you know the flow or not, whether you know how to do clock tree synthesis or not, whether you know how to fix setup and hold time or not, now using which tool, I don't care, because I can teach the tool in some 1 month or 2 month again when you join any company. You got the point?
Yeah. Thank you.
So if you know single tool also, we will hire you and then we can train you. See, if you join any company, obviously, if any company will hire you, they will give 2 weeks, 3 weeks time to brush up the things. You got it right. In that they will help
Yeah.
you, don't worry. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other question? Quick. Before that, Bebo, when we are going to sign up for the day?
Yeah, once we are done with the questions, we can sign up for the day.
Sure. Rajesh, can you quickly go ahead with your question?
Sir, if I wish to
Yeah.
listen your classes, is the main course full main course is available to me, sir, or not? Recorded videos.
Uh,
I wish to listen your.
Rajesh, if you know me, then you yourself know that I am a guy who want to not expose a lot about me, right? So most of my sessions will be available, but not all. You got it
Yes,
right.
sir. Our seniors already learned from you, sir.
I know. I can understand the things. I can understand. See, if you got a feedback from for someone, then obviously you will be excited to learn from them. But believe me, everyone is on the same track. And if you want my session, you will available, that will be available, but not fully, to be frank, because I don't record all my sessions because of, right. I work somewhere which I don't want to tell to anyone, to be frank, and it is like very practical also. Others, yeah, Vikas, please go ahead with your question quickly. And guys, one last thing, I will send you my number here. You don't worry, you reach to me any personal thing which you don't want to discuss here, and you can reach me. I will help you. Okay. Apart from institute side, if you want any help, I will help you. Okay, don't worry.
Okay.
Because you go ahead with your question.
It is for management side. We need to pay fees fully at a time, or we can pay by month, every month, like EMI or something like that.
Yeah, so see, we do have the installment options available. I had shared my number along with the form. Okay, so regarding how what is the installment facility and how it works, you can contact me after the session. We will inform you. But as of now,
Oh,
we do have the installment facilities. There is no hard and fast rule of one-time payment. Yeah, next question, please.
yeah. Go ahead with your question if you have. Otherwise, we'll sign up for the day. And guys, I have shared my number, so if you want to reach me, you can reach me on WhatsApp there. Okay. And yeah, go ahead with your question quickly.
So it's not visible your contact number.
Not visible.
Yeah,
You can put
screen
a
is
message.
there is no sharing of the screen. Hey,
No, no, no.
Divya,
I
go
Hey, I
In chat
already
box.
have
up.
shared in the chat.
ಬಿಟ್ಟಾಕ್ ಸೈಕಲ್
Please
ಎಲ್ಲ
mute.
ಮೈ ಮೇಲೆ
Please mute
ಹಾಕೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ
yourself.
ನೀವು
Please
ತಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಾಳೆ
mute yourself.
ಅಂಜು
Okay. Please
Sir, what is name, sir? What is name
ಅಂಜು
of
ಬೈತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂಜ
1 minute, yaar. Siva Lila, can you please mute yourself? Is it keep muted? Okay. Can I do that? Yeah, I can do that. Done. Yeah, Siva, you were asking something.
sir? What is name, sir? Name.
My name you want to know?
Yes, sir. Like I
Kaya
want to
ke liye
save
re?
my number, sir.
It's okay. Save it with VLSI mentor. Now, why you want to know name? You want to date me or what? Take
Okay.
a VLSI mentor. You can save. Okay. Others, any query? Okay, one few things I will quickly add up from my side. Okay, and then we can sign up. See, one thing will be there. I know very well this question is always in your mind. Since we are attending online training, what will be the quality of training? Because offline always add a lot and online always add less. I know this query will be there in your back of the mind. I will tell you one thing. Since we don't have that much of option right now, so we are end up having this limited option. Now, before 1 or 1.5 year, if you would have asked the same question to me, like when you give online training, what was your quality that time, and what is the quality that you give offline? See, I agree, in offline, I when I teach, then the whole aura will be different, whole environment will be different when I teach offline. But online also, it is not like very much deviated from offline. At least you will get 80% of me only there. The way I create the environment around you, you will be able to enjoy the class. Okay. And coming to the placement and all, it never degraded that much. Okay. See, right now there was very less placement, then also we gave a very good placement. And there was a time when we were giving like full out of full also. So it all depends on what is the market scenario right now. That is one thing I added from my side. So training, obviously it will be like 20% degraded from the offline. Ye to sabko pata hai na. This everyone knows, right? So practically you will get 80% of what you would have got in offline. So it is not going to degrade very much. First thing is that. Second thing, time management. See, if you come to institute again, you need to travel. In Bangalore, you know, like how is the traveling and all, right? But here, let's say 9 o'clock is the class. If you wake up at 8:50, also you will be able to join the class at least. Okay. Now the glitches will come. For example, today you saw that my laptop got switch off or something happened. Such kind of small glitches will come. 15-20 minutes we can have a slippage, or we can have off things and happen. But at the end of the day, your course will be smooth only, and you will able to cover up the things in a proper manner. Am I be very clear with this thing? And I know this question was there in your mind, but you never asked me. Correct, right? Believe me, you can't prove me wrong. As simple as that. So I hope I'm
Yes,
very
yes,
clear, right? I'm very clear,
yes.
right? Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes.
So
Please
any
share
other
your
thing?
number, sir.
And I already share, Ray. Just see the chat once. Any other thing? Any other thing quickly? Should I sign off, or you want to ask anything to
So,
me?
so
Arjun, yeah,
usually the
please go
class
ahead.
will be in this platform itself. I mean, what
Yeah, go to
meet?
meeting only. Yeah. Go to meeting
Yeah.
only. Yeah, sure. Same.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah. Any other thing?
Hi. So just to the last from my end is I had shared my the institute number also. Okay, along with the form. Okay. So for more queries or anything regarding the training, you can contact me, or also you can WhatsApp me on this. Okay.
Thanks, Bebo. Thank you so much. So any other thing? So Bebo has already shared institute number, and you can directly reach to him because he is our manager. He will help you all the things related to institute. Okay. Technical thing with the tool, with the technology and all technical thing, you can reach me anytime. Okay. Okay. Say yes or no at least.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay. Good. So session was okay only. You enjoyed it, right? Don't tell me that you didn't enjoy. Okay. So will
Yes,
this
sir.
will sign up for the day. If you don't have any queries, we'll sign up for the day. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Cool. Bebo, will sign off. Already he has left the
Yeah,
WhatsApp.
thank you.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir.
देख कौन बैठा